Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the XP Zone. This is going to be our first episode of the XP Zone After Hours, to where we may not just always talk about gaming. We're going to talk about life. And today I have one of the best guests you can possibly have to talk about life. The man, the myth, the legend, the greasy goblin, Aaron Cagle.
Hey, good to be had. Glad to be had. Just want to say it's an honor to be on the first episode of XP Zone After Hours.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what a wonderful life.
I know.
Dude, I'm excited.
We have a good
I'm
life,
stoked.
man.
We do have a good life.
We complain too much in society.
Amen. Hallelujah, dog.
You got a Shaddy's drink right now.
I do.
What you drinking? Not sponsored.
Well, I'm drinking. So I work there.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but come visit me.
Yes, you can.
Ladies, you know where I'm at. You know what it is.
What you got?
This is a Red Bull with strawberry and coconut.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's okay. Honestly, I went in because today when we were planning this, so I got off work at 2, and which is pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet getting off work at 2.
Yeah.
But I go in early. Coffee shop. You go in early. That kind of sucks, but it's okay.
You got to prep.
You got to prep. So
like the busiest part of your day,
I got off at 2, and I was like, okay. You were like, hey, I'm not gonna be back until blah blah blah. I was like, okay, bet. So I had to kind of fill time, and man, time moves slow when you got nothing to do.
Yeah.
So I was
Sorry about that, by the way.
babe girl, it's okay. I'm peaceful. I had a good time. I bought new clothes.
Today?
Not for this. Yeah, this is a new shirt, and these are new shorts. I got coffee on them already. That's crazy. But I went to Target, which Target kind of sucks.
Really?
Target kind of sucks. Target's like the beige of.
It's not as good as it used to be.
No, dude. Target used to be when I was a kid. It was like, yo, dude, we're going to
Belle
Target.
of the ball.
Yeah, belle of the ball. That's a good way to put it. Target used to be, ooh, like fabulous.
Yeah.
Like it used to be like, oh, we're going to Target, and that was like I feel like Target's peak, like back when millennial culture was like everyone was about it. Like you got what was that band? Not Counting Crows. Counting Crows are cool. Not a bad band. Mumford and Sons. You got the Mumford. You got the skinny jeans. You got the boots.
Target. That's a really good analogy.
It's a Target band. You got Mumford and Sons, and they have like white guys dreadlocks, which every now and then you get a fun white guy with dreads, but nowadays none of them are fun. None of them are fun. Now they're all like they're reading they're reading like The Wire. What's the Daily Wire?
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
which one's that?
Is that Ben Shapiro?
No, not that one. Not that one. There's one where it's super dorky. Daily Wire is dorky, but it's not that type of dorky.
Yeah.
Daily Wire is like
There's a dorkier Daily Wire is what you're talking about.
well, it's like dorky. It's like not conservative Daily Wire.
Oh.
Because Daily Wire is conservative. And then you got I don't know, MSNBC.
Yeah.
It's like a guy who's like, ooh, MSNBC. Hello. Like you don't want to be around that guy. He smells like
No.
he smells like avocado, which isn't bad.
Or some weird type of cheese.
Yeah, well, I like weird cheese. I'm a blue cheese man.
Interesting.
Fabulously, I'm a blue cheese man. I used to eat just straight crumbles. And I say used to, but I would do it now. I'm not opposed to it. I just haven't in a while.
Yeah. Haven't had the resources available?
No. When I get a salad, which, I'm not a lady, I'm a grown man. What am I doing? Salads are for 30-year-old women on diets. It's like, oh man, Dr. Johnson said you have to lose weight. And I'm going to get there.
And they put all that dressing on it. Like, that's the thing. Most times when people eat salads, they're not even eating a healthy salad.
I don't eat a healthy salad. I'll get a salad, but
I
did
did though. But like when you think you're eating a healthy salad, and you're not.
well, the thing is, I kind of did. Well, I ate kind of.
You were in that category.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I'm kind of a 30-year-old fat woman. Like on the inside,
Your soul.
This is not a coming out. This is not that. This is not that at all. But I'm kind of a 30-year-old fat woman. I really relate to him often. It's
Shop at Target.
yeah, I shop at Target for one, dude. But yeah. Well, I bought new clothes. So expensive too. It was like $25 per like item, dude. Which is like, yeah, baby girl, no.
I remember when clothes was 25 for 3 total.
I know. What happened? That's like Dollar Menu used to be $1.
Literally.
Yeah, dude.
Dollar Tree's not even $1 anymore.
Not even $1.
It's like $1.75.
False advertising. But it wouldn't be catchy if it was like $20 tree.
Yeah, but that's what I hate when people. I get inflation, but like if your business is to have something like Dollar Tree or Five Below, and you can't stay true to your word, then you shouldn't even be a business. Went to Five Below the other day.
Yeah,
saw a $35 item.
God bless.
There's a speaker. What do you expect me to do? Like, what do you expect me? How do you expect me to react?
I don't know how you.
I walked out of the store.
Are there $5 speakers?
Would they even work?
That's what I'm saying. They sound like they probably are. They're probably old though.
I get that a good speaker, a good medium level is probably $35, but like, why sell it at Five Below?
Yeah,
it's 5 and below.
My favorite's the below. But
it's big below.
Frick Abraham Lincoln. I'm about them George Washingtons, baby. Give me that Georgie.
Those.
And then who's on $2? Who's on $2? Is that TJ? Is that Thomas Jefferson?
Yeah.
He was a wild guy.
I got one of them in here somewhere.
You got a TJ?
I collected a couple.
I love a Ulysses. I love when I get surprised at work. I'm at the register. Someone hands me a $50 bill. I'm like, yo. I'm like, well, I think it's. I know. It's like I thought it was a 20.
When you get change like or big bucks like that, do you do fast math or do you just punch it in?
Oh, I'm experienced now. I'm a pro.
You're like I'm a pro with the $26.34.
Yeah, I go. You see this big noggin? Crunching the numbers.
That's when it worked hard.
That's how I look at the window. They're just waiting for their money back. It's been 2 minutes and
I'm working hard.
I hate it when it's easier. Big bills is easier than if they hand you like a whole bunch of change because then you gotta count change. It's like, oh God bless.
Does that feel awkward when you do it? It's like one penny.
Honestly, I'm so comfortable with myself. It's bad. I'm so comfortable with myself. It makes it awkward for other people.
I'm getting there.
I'll be at work and I'll say things that I definitely should not say because it's not like bad things, but
I
it's
do
just,
that at work.
It's just I overshare. Like people. I hate. Everyone talks about how they hate it. How people will be like, "Oh, how's your day going?" And someone goes, "Well."
Now that you ask,
and I do that. That's the worst thing that I do. That might be with the like top, not top, bottom 5 thing that I do. Is like, well, actually, this just happened to me.
So that's your red flag?
That's one of them.
My red flag would probably be that I take someone, if I hear someone else's experience, I have to immediately share a similar experience.
I do that too.
So we both.
See, I think that's part of it. I got a lot.
A lot of red
I don't know how many green flags I got.
The hair's green.
Is the hair green? Oh,
I like it.
Don't make me blush, baby. Oh, geez, Louise.
I do that at school though. I get a little too comfortable, and
well, yours is different. You're around minors.
That's really what makes it worse. Almost, it's like Ethan Meredith walks in the room, roast him. It's a casual thing. Roast a 13-year-old boy coming in, can't do it.
It's kind of funny though. I love dissing on kids.
I sometimes have to because if I start joking with them the way I joke with a couple of my buddies, I have to catch myself. So I've been looking up ways to make fun of teenagers.
I have told some of the 5th graders that I lead a group with at work or not at work, at church.
Yeah.
I've told some of them yo, shut up. I've done that a few times.
Oh, you do that as a teacher a lot.
Last night, one of the kids, was it last night? Today's Thursday. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One of the kids was just nonstop talking. I'm like, we're going over something in Philippians 4. No, not 4. We're doing Philippians 3, 12 through 21.
Yeah.
That's what Nathan was preaching on. And I was trying to talk. I was trying to share. And I turned to this kid and I said, shut your mouth.
You have to be like that with kids sometimes.
Dude. Tell him a 12-year-old. How old's 5th grade? Do you know how old's 5th grade? We're the expert.
Probably 11 or 12.
Dude, telling a kid like it feels weird. I don't ever see kids outside of church.
Yeah, I guess I'm
You know,
around them more.
I'm not around kids ever. So if I go like, dog, shut your mouth. Shut up.
You almost feel like you shouldn't have said that after.
I know, yeah,
But
dude.
sometimes you have to, like,
Dude. And
Seventh grade
there's
is
like an
horrible.
old guy that I was with last night. His name's Gerald. Great. Love Gerald. Shout out Gerald.
I think I know Gerald.
Camo? Where's Camo
Yeah.
a lot? Bigger.
Yeah.
Not bigger. That's not nice.
Yeah, I know Gerald.
This was recorded, dang. But I love Gerald. Gerald's a good old Southern boy. And he was like, you did really good in there. And I was like, and internally I was like, man, I told that kid to shut his mouth. And I was like, oh, no.
You
no.
showed discipline.
I guess
Those
so.
kids need discipline.
I guess so.
You want to know what line has been very famous for me lately?
What?
Kids be acting up. I get almost like,
Be acting up.
I get about this close.
Mhm.
And I'll get really close. And I'll be like, if you don't stop, I'm going to ruin your life.
Oh, dang.
I'll say, I'm going to be the reason you hate coming to school.
Yo, that's crazy.
But like, look, I can share this story because I'm not dropping a specific name. This girl has been poking holes in the top of her water bottle and spraying people.
That goes kind of hard, though.
And I told her to stop. And she goes, no.
What grade is she in?
7th grade.
Let me tell you what I did in 7th grade.
Is it that?
No, I was much worse.
No!
Much worse.
I would have hated to.
No, I did it out of I did it out of a good nature.
You was
And
curious?
I was mischievous.
Oh.
But I was a mischievous little imp. You know, I'd go around and I did a lot of things in 7th grade. So I'm going to go more tame. So tame,
Okay.
I would steal like 7 to 8 bananas off people's trays a day. And eat 7. The most I think I ever ate was like 11 bananas in a day.
Did that not mess you up or something?
Yes, dude. I'd go home solid dumps, rock hard. It's like a fist coming out, dude. It's wild, wild. And they'd be small too. They wouldn't be big dumps. They'd be small dumps, but they feel like big dumps. They're like when you had a like you know in wrestling, and you have like the little wrestlers. You had like
Yeah.
Hornswoggle and what's his face, the little boogeyman. It's like
Yeah.
pack a lot of punch. You know, pack a lot of punch. And, you know, that's what that was. Dude.
After 11 bananas.
Yeah, dude. But I'd do that, and I was called I'd call myself Banana Man. I was in 7th
You're
grade.
the real banana man.
I know, dude. I'd go swink. I'd literally like. It goes swink.
What would they
And
what would they do when you do that?
some of them just started giving me their bananas. They're like, hey, you know.
Oh, he's coming. Get your bananas.
Well, they just say, hey. Well, they wanted to see how much I'd get at some point. They were like, let's just see how much. Which is a wild thing to do. It's definitely picking on me, dude. That's definitely.
about to say,
That's definitely
You were the
like
kid they picked on.
probably.
too.
I was too dumb to realize it though. I was too stupid. I was like, yeah, we're all having fun.
I would always try to hide
But,
embarrassment, so then they like try to keep going.
Oh, they
to
definitely
make me
did.
be embarrassed.
They definitely did.
But then I'm
okay.
keep trying to hide it, so it'd get worse for me.
And then resuming, we're back to Kahoot. We're in Kahoot.
Banana man.
Banana Man was my name, and we shared a hall with the 8th graders. We had 7th and 8th grader hall, same hall, and these 2 8th graders who I can't remember who. I remember one of them. I can't remember the other one, but they walk by. They see Banana Man
Yeah.
as the name. And they're like, "Yo, who's Banana Man?" And I was a very small kid. I'm not as plump as I am now. I was very little, and I was like, "I'm Banana Man." That sounded like a Cleveland Browns son. What's it, Junior? I think it's just Cleveland Junior. It's like, I'm Banana Man. It's crazy. but and they're like, yo, come here. And they grab me. Not in like a bad way. This was fun.
Oh.
And we're walking down the hall, and they show me their locker. In it is a banana stuffed in a water bottle, all molded and like brown, that they've had for like months since.
That's why I miss lockers.
because of
Special moments like that.
special. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. No, did you guys have lockers at your school?
Yeah.
You got them. No
They
one
got
uses
rid of
though.
them probably like 2 years after I left. A year after I left. I know. I loved having a locker.
I never used mine.
There's this guy named, I can't say his name actually because I think he's in jail for murder. But
I mean, you can say his name. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna get out and be like? He could, I guess.
he's in a gang.
Oh dang, boo,
They have connections.
boo.
But he had a locker
That's wild.
and he would sell snacks at. He'd go to the store.
Yeah.
And he had a friend work at like a little local grocery store,
Mhm.
and they'd give him like all those chips that are like about to expire, so like they're cheap. Give them to him for barely nothing.
Yeah.
And then he would bring them to school, shove them in his locker, and he had like a whole Dollar General in his locker. And dude, he was like as cool as you could be. Like he had the broken locker that you had to hit and it opened. So
That's kind of tight.
opens up and it's like, what you want?
That's kind of
I'd be
tight.
like,
That's charismatic.
I want the Cool Ranch Doritos. $1.
Did you really want the Cool Ranch Doritos?
Yeah.
Out of all of them?
Well, sometimes like it just depends on what I was in the mood for, and most of the time it's
Okay.
Cool Ranch Doritos.
Oh,
I'm a
man.
big fan.
I don't think I've ever liked Cool Ranch Doritos.
I can tell.
It's very tragic. I want to like them.
He had all the chips you could think of.
Get all the chips.
Like all the popular ones.
Did he have Funyuns?
No, I guess that's the one.
I'm the only one that would think of Funyuns as being good.
I was thinking you might say something like barbecue.
No, I'm not a barbecue
Regular
man either.
Doritos, Lay's.
I feel like
sour
you
cream
look
and
at me. I
onion.
feel like you look at me, and people think, "Oh man, that's a barbecue jet boy." It's not true. It's not true. I definitely am a Funyun man, which I think makes sense.
Yeah, I used to like those hot cheese, like not hot fries.
I think when you get to know me,
cheddar fries.
cheddar fries, I mess with that. My other thing that I do, the girl would like water bottle hole or squirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Banana Man was not that ridiculous. Also, I had to carry on that tradition. That's why they showed me their locker. So I did that for like a week, and then I was like, "This is stupid."
I'm moving
And
on.
quit. And yeah, I was like, "I'm done. I'm done with this."
Rest in peace, Banana Man.
Yeah, but so what I would do that was not as innocent was, and it was innocently done, but it was very dark. I just go around like drop kicking people on like the playground. we had this like crappy field. So you had the elementary school, the middle school, So
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about like how to like do this for your side. So elementary school right
Is
here,
this Mina or Waldron?
middle school. This is Waldron.
Did you finish it, Mina?
No,
It's close to Waldron.
it's close to Waldron. It's true.
Yeah.
That's Waldron for the people at home. I talk funny. So we got middle school, we got elementary school, and then across from is the high school. So I'm like here, and there's just this field in between, and then there's like playgrounds in each, but like not facing the other schools. But there's just this crappy field. So in the field, I'd just go. I'd like sneak up like, and
That's when the Greasy Goblin was born.
kind of actually, and I'd like both feet in the air, like perfect drop kick for him.
I mean, like a
was really good.
legitimate drop kick.
Yeah, legitimate drop kick. Like I'd commit. I'd commit. I would fall every time because you're supposed to. If it's a drop kick, you're not supposed to like. That's what people thought. Like, oh man, do like the Chuck Norris like side kick. No, dude, drop kick.
Both feet.
Both feet midair. Your body is like perpendicular, parallel to the ground. And that's what I was doing. I'd go around drop kicking. There was this one kid. His name was Elijah Poland.
Girls too.
No, I was afraid of women.
I understand.
Still am.
Understand.
But so I drop kicked. I would target this kid named Elijah Poland because he was tall and he made a good target.
Yeah.
I wasn't even that close to him at all. I wasn't friends with him that much. Like we were on the football team. That was about it.
Yeah.
But I'd go for other people too. But they were like, dude, stop. Poland, he was just too nice. He was like, oh, dude, stop. He wasn't like, dude, stop. He's like,
Anybody ever try to beat you up after you did to him?
no,
Why?
dude, I don't know.
I feel like if they put,
No one tried to fight me.
you think if anybody would have put physical pressure back to you, you would stop?
Probably. Yeah, I never got in a fight in school. There's one kid that picked on me, but his like parents were mean, so you kind of understood. Like everyone knew. It's crazy. Like you were like 12 and we're like, oh, he's lashing out. That's a crazy thing to think of when you're
As a 12-year-old.
you're like, yeah, he's lashing out. He's like, it's not good at home. It's a wild thing. It's a wild thing. I don't think he's doing good. I haven't caught up with him purposefully. Not necessarily purposefully. I just haven't thought of him.
Until right now.
But yeah. But I had to stop drop kicking people because I drop kicked my best friend. His name's Ethan Martin, right in the gonads. I was aiming for the hip, and the kid turned, and like I saw it in slow motion, like midair. I was like, oh no! Like in midair, I was like, God,
I'm about to take
I was
away
like,
his family.
I know, dude. He probably can't have kids, dude. Collapsed his freaking nutters, dude. His testes freaking no one knows, dude. No one knows. It's crazy. That was my best friend too. I did that to my best friend.
Dang.
I know, dude. And
There's gonna be a lady.
and he was just like, it's like, no, the sound was funny, but I had to take like a vow of pacifism and be like, I'm never hurting anyone again. And
Was he the last person you dropped kick?
I think I did it a couple more times, but then I
I've learned my lesson.
like,
Does it again.
but like, it would because it was what? It was because like I remembered. I was like I forgot, and I was like, oh yeah, I said I took a vow of pacifism that I'd never do that again to anyone. And then I was like, yeah, I gotta stop now. So then like I couldn't cold turkey, I guess.
Yeah.
I couldn't get off the
You
drop
eased
kick.
off.
I had to ease off. So I
Are
did
you-
like I didn't do that much more. I remember that. For
Are you
some
done
reason.
drop kicking now?
I did like I haven't drop kicked in years. I've been drop kicked, I think, by like we were doing like a 747 meter thing.
Yeah.
I think Colton Phillips drop kicked me where I was wearing this thing.
Colton.
Yeah.
Colton.
Colton drop kicked. Well, you know, we were having fun.
Oh,
He did, or he tackled me. He might have done both. I think he did both. We were having fun. It did hurt, but it's okay. It did. It
Colton, if
did.
you're seeing this, you hurt Aaron.
It did hurt, but it's like it didn't hurt bad enough to where I was like, oh, you know, I felt it in the morning. It was like,
Yeah.
ow, owie, zowie. You know, it's like that. But
Ouchie.
ouchie. But no, I think that was one of the worst things I did. In my middle school years, I did some other, you know, at school that was like one
Yeah.
of the worst things I did because I was a menace.
I never did things like at school to other people
Yeah.
that were like that, but I did do like shady things to get out of trouble.
I kind of did it too.
Like 7th grade, I got told to go in the hallway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's back in older classrooms had the phone on the
Were
wall.
you talking? Were you just talking? And they're like,
Yeah.
get out the
I
hallway.
couldn't shut my mouth.
Was it a lady?
Yeah,
Lady teacher? Of course. Women.
she was a good teacher.
Oh yeah.
Like
I
I
bet.
enjoyed her, but I went. She told me to call my mom, so I went out in the hallway.
When was this?
7th grade.
7th grade? You had a phone?
Well, no, like they had a phone in the classroom on the wall right next to the door, like a cord.
wild.
You take it off the wall, and she knew my mom's number because there had been phone calls home before. She's literally watching me type, so I typed it in, but I messed up.
Your mom loves me, by the way.
I-
Your family loves me.
Yeah, I told my dad you were gonna be on today, and he was like, "That's gonna be a good one."
Heck yeah.
But I typed the wrong last number on purpose, and went out in the hallway. I said, "Can I go in the hallway?"
Yeah. Who'd you
Went out
call?
there, no one answered. Had a fake conversation. I come back inside. She's like, "What'd your mom say?" And I said, "She said she handled it at home, put it up." Parents never found out till maybe like a
Genius.
year ago.
That's genius.
I told him a year ago. I was like, I got to get this off my chest. I can't go forward without.
I've done a
confessing this
lot
to you."
worse. I've done a lot worse than that. I've done a lot worse. That is very funny.
But I did similar things like that just to get out of trouble.
Yeah. I was pretty sneaky. I didn't really get in trouble ever until like my 2 last years of school. So like my junior, senior year.
Like home trouble, school trouble.
School trouble. I got in trouble at home, but it's for stuff that I'd never really understood why I was in trouble. We're not going into that. Just weird stuff.
Yeah.
But like school, it's like I would get in trouble for like stuff that the group would get in trouble for, and they wouldn't get in trouble, but I'd get in trouble. I was always the fall guy. It's always the fall guy. Which, it's not that they set me up for that, because they didn't. It's just how it worked out.
That's when you had long hair.
Not yet. It
Not
was
yet.
getting there. My senior year was starting. Like I guess I just didn't get a haircut during COVID.
Yeah, because when I first met
Yeah.
you, it was
I
shoulder
had real long hair.
Yeah.
I had real long hair. Yeah, everyone thought I was a few things back then when I first came up here. They thought I was from California. Thank God, no. They thought I was autistic, which, you know, maybe,
Flip of a coin.
likely.
Yeah, flip
even.
of a coin.
And then they thought I was gay. A lot of people thought I was gay, which I'm very sassy. I'm a very sassy man,
You are not afraid to display how you feel.
which I guess is pretty gay. That's a very gay thing, I guess.
Gay-like tendency?
Perhaps. I don't know. I don't know. I talk with my hands.
I do that though.
That's kind of gay. You're not gay though. You've proven not gay. I haven't been proven because I haven't been married. I haven't gotten married. I have kissed a woman before.
That's your stamp. That's your stamp.
That's well, you know. I have kissed a homie before though. So that doesn't make it better. As a joke one time, I was like, what would happen if I kissed Grayson on the neck? We were watching a movie and I went around his beard. I was like, that was the worst thing I've ever done. It was the most gay thing I've ever done. I was like, he's gonna hate this. And I went right on the neck. And he was like, ew, dude, no. It was all sweaty too. It was gross. It was gross. I don't know if he remembers that or not. He's
like never told another person because he wanted to forget it.
He's like, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I might have. Me and Dylan have almost on accident many times. It's crazy how many times. Like it's a weird joke that we do, where we'll have like a cookie or something, and we're like, oh, I want that, and like we'll like let's
start
split
like
it.
feeding it to you.
Let's split, and we'll split it, and we're almost Lady and the Tramp. It's like, you know, and then we're like immediately after we've done that like 3 times.
Who's going back out first? Who normally does?
It's not that. It's not the back. It's not the backing out, but it's like a cookie there, cookie here. It's like, and you just bite it really close.
Oh.
So we're not. But then after you realize how close you were, it's like, I didn't like that. Not a fan. Yucky. Not that Dylan is a yucky man, but ew.
Shout out Dylan.
Too. Shout out Dylan.
Podcast guest before.
Shout out Grayson.
Shout out Grayson.
I did.
First episode ever.
Yeah. Yeah, glow. But no, I with that type of stuff, that doesn't help my case. It doesn't help my case out. You know.
Well, Aaron, I'm very glad you're here.
Yeah,
what an opening.
What
an opening kickoff.
I guess that was that
We
just
just
the
kicked it
opening. Was that just the opening? That's so funny.
No, it was a good opening.
It's pretty good.
So now I want us to talk about how we kind of met.
Yeah.
How did you and I come to know each other? In your words. And
In my
you can
words.
start at any point.
Okay.
But I feel like I know when we met and when we started getting close.
So we met through. So I was roommates with Braden McCall, who is your wife's
Husband.
cousin's. Your wife's husband now? I hope not. No.
I know where you were going. I just got there before you.
Yeah, you got there way before. So your wife's
cousin's husband.
cousin's husband now.
Yeah.
Right.
Boyfriend then when you met him.
Yeah, boyfriend. They were boyfriend girlfriend when I met him, and then I met your wife Sydney, girlfriend then.
Before me.
I met her before you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I met you at church. I don't remember exactly how.
I don't either. I
don't know.
remember you were
I just
there.
remember
It's almost like you were just there.
Yeah, that's
Like,
kind of.
then you were there in my mind, and
Yeah.
I acknowledged you were there. I was like, "That's Aaron."
Yeah, that's Ethan. We'd go to Andy's every now and then. I remember that. I forgot about that, and then I was like, oh yeah, every now and then we'd go to Andy's after church after 7:47.
It was
And
delicious.
oh yeah. Honestly, I'm not the biggest Andy's fan. I love Andy's. I do love Andy. I love ice cream. It's more so their product that I love more so than like
Where would you go instead?
well, if we had it, Brahms.
A Rom?
Brahms.
Brahms?
Have you ever been to a Brahms?
No, I've never been to a Brahms.
That is a West Arkansas and Oklahoma staple.
Is there love in Oklahoma?
There's, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby girl.
Brahms.
Brahms, dude. It's like it's ice cream. It's also like a produce store, mostly dairy product. Baby girl, I'm the dairy duke. You know me. You know me. I love my dairy product.
Can I be the Dairy Dutch?
Go for it.
Is there a role that's a Dutch? Am I making that
Dutch
up?
is that's a ethnicity. You know, like the Netherlands. Most of those guys are Dutch. It's also a language, I guess. So if you call someone from like the Netherlands, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, Dutch." Never mind. That's too dorky. I'm not getting into that. But
Brahms.
Brahms. I love Brahms. If I'm not going to Annie's, I'm going to Brahms. But we don't have Brahms here. So how can you say Brahms?
But I'm still a good old Dairy Queen guy. Like I enjoy
like Dairy Queen. I enjoy Dairy. I've had some bad DQ experiences.
People though or food?
Food.
Because like, see,
People, I don't care.
I've never had a bad Waffle House experience, but I've had bad people experience at Waffle House.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a fight behind the
See,
kitchen.
the thing is, food never matters to me. Or
all
not
about
food,
the
not food. The people part doesn't. Because I expect like fast food, and then be kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be there. You know, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Understand. It's like part of me doesn't want to be in the drive-through either, but you know, it's what we got.
You don't want to be where you're at. I don't want to be where I'm at.
Yeah.
You're hating the job you work,
Yeah.
and I'm embarrassed that I'm here. I have those moments.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm here.
It's like I'll go through Panera Bread and like this is too gay of a place for me. You know? You know what I'm talking about?
I was more thinking of like I'm at Dairy Queen, 12 minutes before you close.
Oh yeah,
And I want my Blizzard.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that. I'm never anywhere before they close, I feel like, unless I'm with other people. You know? Like we used to end up at Dairy Queen every now and then. Like it'd be the whole squad.
The one over there near Jonesboro.
Excuse me. Had some
where you
Red
be
Bull
at?
come up. But yeah, the one on like Hilltop.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we'd go there, it'd legit be all the boys and their girlfriends, and we'd hop in Grayson's car, and I'd be in the trunk, which is my usual spot. Honestly, I fit so well in the trunk, it's crazy.
Do you feel emotionally comfortable in the trunk?
I kind of do. But not when I see like lights.
Mm-hmm.
If I can see lights, I'm like, they're gonna find me. They're gonna know I'm here. Yeah.
That's where you. One time I traveled like 6 hours in a trunk. Put a blanket over.
I've never gone that far.
Put a
6
blanket
hours.
over. Yeah.
It's kind of tight.
Got shoved in the trunk.
It's kind of tight. How old were you?
22.
22. That's how old I am. That's great. Dang, I missed my shot. Oh man.
No more trunk days.
But let's see. I don't know how we met besides through Sydney.
like I said, I
Oh.
think you were just there.
Yeah.
But the moment where I really feel like not just a friendship.
Is it going to be Spring Break Street?
Yes.
So yeah.
We bonded over a
Yeah.
pet
Yeah.
fake wolf.
Yeah, dude.
Bill Steve.
Bill Steve went hard.
He really did.
Bill Steve. It was who shared a room? It was me. It was me, Braden, and you. Was that it?
I think so.
What a trio.
I stayed in the same room.
Yeah,
3
I didn't
years in a
sleep
row.
that entire weekend.
3 years in a row, I stayed in the same room. And 1
I
year,
moved around every year.
because it was that same room right there next to Bill Steve,
Yeah.
with that bunk bed, the ladder, and the bunk beds.
Had to
at
have the
top.
wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You and Braden, I think, were the first.
I named everything Steve that weekend. There's George Steve. There's Steve. Jim Steve.
Steve.
Bill Steve was Steve. There's just Steve. Yeah. Greg
Steve-O.
Steve. Steve-O. Shout out Steve-O.
Shout out Steve.
Shout out Steve-O.
You legit, real one.
Type Steve-O in the chat. comment Steve-O to win one kiss from Steve-O.
Comment Steve-O if you're actually watching. If you've made it to this point,
Comment Steve-O if you're a woman who wants a nice, handsome Christian man in your life named Steve-O.
I'm commenting right now.
You're a single woman? Okay, I'll let Cindy know. But
We met
no.
there, and that was, I think that's just when we became good friends.
Yeah.
And then through that, you have those, like, just gradually over time, good conversation.
I'm a
One of
sleeper
us
pick.
opened up to each other first and was like, hey, man, this is something personal. Well, then someone else said something personal. And now we're close friends.
Yeah, baby. Come on. Coming on now.
And then we had, probably the most emotional I ever connected with you was for your funeral for the flip flops.
Oh, the flops? Oh, dude, yeah. That's a wild moment. That's a wild time.
That was probably,
That was
when you look back and think of just like rationale.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the craziest things I've ever been a part of in terms of like trying to make it make sense.
It was a weird thing. I won't lie, it was a weird thing. You were one of the few people. You were spearheading it too.
I
You were
know.
one of the spearheaders. I can't remember who all was like gung ho about it.
That whole day. Think about the whole day.
I know.
That was one of the craziest days of my life. Genuinely.
I can't remember what all happened besides that.
Let's just
What happened
say,
after- what
I don't
happened
know
before
how
that?
far we can go. Let's just say you got the haircut.
Oh yeah, the mullet. Yeah. Oh dude, yeah, we were. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, dude. Oh dude, I feel like we can
There
cut
are
this.
only-
we can cut some of this out.
It
yeah,
was a crazy day.
Yeah, the mullet.
The mullet
I was
crazy.
I was
you
angry.
You didn't like it.
I didn't like it. I hated it. I was very upset.
I'm
He's
not gonna
spaghetti.
lie. I didn't like it either, but I was trying to make you feel good in the moment.
Thank you.
Trying to
I
help you
hated
out
it.
as a friend.
Chandler really wanted me to have it
Yeah, I think he kind of urged you to. Well, no, they did that
because I
thing.
lost a bet. I had to get it.
That was you and your big mouth kind of moment.
Yeah, it was
You
my
had
fault.
said you would do it.
I did, and I
Like,
tried to.
they got so many
No
people to
one.
go.
I don't think you saw it or anything, but I tried to fix it when I got back with like My razor, my
I
electric
do
razor.
remember that.
What-
It didn't do any better.
No, it looked bad. It looked worse. It was really rough. It was pretty trash. But
We had that whole day
yeah,
of crazy. And then we get there and we had premeditated the
flop
for
funeral.
the flops.
Yeah, I brought my flops that broke. They broke at Shad's. I was dancing. I was literally dancing. I was doing a classic Kegel move.
But what an emotional way for them to go out.
I know.
Doing something you love.
Set them on fire.
That's what we did.
That's what we did. We set them on fire.
We crossed a small little portion of this creek
Yeah.
onto almost like an island of rocks.
Yeah.
And we
It's like
set
it
the
was a
flops on
peninsula. It's
fire.
like a
we had a
peninsula.
funeral service.
We did. Pastor Jonathan Freeman. Shout out Freeman.
I'll put a little. Hey, I'll edit this in. I'll put a little clip.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like stop the talking, but right now, as we're speaking,
Yeah.
the clip is gonna be running.
Yeah.
I'm just showing it.
Yeah.
It's magical.
It was a baller point. It was wild. I had a weird fit on. They're gonna see a weird fit. I had like a purple shirt and like I had a Hawaiian on. The Hawaiian's a staple, but it didn't go
Don't
good
need
with
the
the shirt.
haircut.
And I think I had corduroy pants on. They were way too tight. Way too tight.
You are a corduroy guy.
I haven't worn cords in a while. I need corduroy pants that
You
aren't
used
like.
to wear corduroy all the time.
I need some that
You
aren't
have
like
the
tight.
sweater. You've wore that to church lately. The pullover.
Yeah,
sweater.
yeah, it's nice. It's a nice sweater.
But that's corduroy.
I don't. Is that corduroy?
I think it
I
is.
don't think that's corduroy.
just yarn.
I think it's just yarn.
Oh.
It's just like a yarn sweater.
I miss when you wore corduroy.
I do too. But I want like I think so. So tomorrow my birthday, and I do this thing every now and then called Free Fit Friday.
Mhm.
Hop by Old Navy and get some loose corduroy pants. That because I got big old legs. I don't need all that showing. There's nothing more gross when a big man wears tight pants. Even if they're like a muscular, good-looking guy, if you're wearing tight pants, gross. Grow up. Be a man. Wear
Make those things baggy.
Yes. Yes, you can wear tight shorts. Shorts are okay to an extent.
Are they?
My dad
Are they, though?
To an extent. My dad when I was a kid, I grew up on a chicken farm for the folks at home. You know. But my dad would wear these cutoffs that he'd make himself riding high. Like the camera can't see this, so I'm showing
glad.
you riding high. Riding
Yeah.
high. You can almost see his it's wild. It was like, Dad, you're lucky that it's just the familia that sees this. Like it'd be wild if like the people that technically own the farm, like Tyson Foods, were like, "Oh, checking on how things." Whoa!
Oh.
You're not allowed to wear that. This isn't freaking 1984. I don't know when. That's the George Orwell. Complete tangent on, and I moved to what? Never mind. That was like schizophrenic brain right there. Just like it's I'm just thinking of like it's like a winter soldier just locked in. It's like
when the code was
Yeah.
punched in.
yeah, dude. Oh, dude.
Do you ever think you have schizophrenia?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
What
I
makes you think
definitely
you do?
don't.
Do you see
dude,
people or hear people?
It's just no, I don't. None of that. None of
Isn't
that.
that what
It's just.
that is?
It's just. Yeah, it is. But I'm just crazy. I'm just crazy. Some of the things that I think and say, it's just like, oh, dude, that's probably not normal, and I probably should never say that out loud. You know?
Yeah.
I'll think that sometimes, like, man. Yeah, or like I'll just be like, and I'll just make noises like that. I'll like I don't know. Maybe it's stimming. I don't know. Maybe it's autism stimming.
Have you ever been checked?
No, my mom sends me Facebook like videos all the time. So it's like,
No.
look at this if you have autism, and like I'm not looking at that. I'm not doing that. It's like I'm allowed to joke about it for it to be real. No, which is nothing wrong with autism.
No.
They're the bros. They're the dogs.
It's a real thing.
They're hombres.
Do you think a lot more people have mental disorders like that than they may think? Because Sydney is convinced she will die on this hill that I have ADHD.
Oh, dude. I feel like there's a thing. I wouldn't call ADHD mental like illness or nothing, or I wouldn't
Disorder.
even disorder.
It can be a
I guess you
I
could
said
call it a
disorder.
disorder. You did say disorder.
Yeah, illness is a whole different thing.
Illness is a whole different thing.
Schizophrenia is an illness.
People, yeah. Dude.
I would not say autism. Is an
My
illness.
my sister-in-law, my stepbrother's wife, her brother has schizophrenia.
And that's when you probably think of illness.
Yeah, that's how I know I don't. It's like oh, dude, yeah, that's pretty serious.
I had a friend that used to work at a mental hospital.
Yeah.
The night shift.
Oh, dang.
And one time, I'm not saying who because I don't want that place to ever come back and trace it. Because he was like, I kind of should be telling y'all some of these stories, but he went in to like give this girl her meds, and she was like in the corner. And she's like, she said something like, "The blood moon is here, death has come." And he just said, "Here are your meds," and he walked right out. And he said all of them would say like these crazy things. Like he'd walk in, they'd be like, "Georgie," that's not his name. Georgie, Georgie, do you have the milk? And he just go, "Yep, I have it right here." And he'd hand him a pill. "Thank you, Georgie."
He's like in a suit, full suit.
It'd be a whole different name each night.
Oh, dude. You ever watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
No.
Jack Nicholson. It's
No.
kind of it's a
Not schizophrenia.
no, it's a guy in a mental hospital. He's pretty normal. But
Why is he there? Do you mind
he was
sharing
in
that?
he was in prison, and then he just acted out a lot. He's very rebellious, and he's just like, yeah, stick to the man. That's Jack Nicholson.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Whoa," he always kind of like, "Hey, I'm a cool cat, and you're a stick in the mud."
That's Jack Nicholson.
He's a legend.
yeah, dude, love him. But he's doing that in the movie. Very good movie, based off a book, I think. But he goes and they're like, okay, you can either go death row or you can be sent to a mental hospital.
He acted out that much?
Yeah, dude, he was which you don't see that. You only see him in the mental hospital. I don't think you see him in the prison. But
he only said he acted out. Death row or mental hospital is the only option.
I think that was it. I think that was it. He might have not been death
really
row.
did act out
They might have just
by shanking someone.
It was either that, maybe they were just in an extended sentence. I don't remember.
No.
But yeah, they so he's in the mental hospital, and you get a bunch of like Danny DeVito's in it as a short little guy, but he's acting weird. He's not his normal Danny
He can
DeVito
act
self.
as a weird guy really well.
Yeah, but it's not like Danny DeVito weird. It's like
Is that all he said?
well, some of them are like that. Some of them are doing that. And not to make fun of them, but that is kind of funny when you just see. That's the thing. When you see someone who's like, you don't want to laugh a lot of times when you see someone who's just like,
We're walking a thin line.
but no, it's an okay. People got to understand. It is an okay thing to like laugh because it's not at the person. We're not laughing at the person's disability or something like that.
You don't need to put them down.
You don't need to put them down.
View them less.
No, that's evil. That's bad. But like it doesn't do anything if you're like when there's something that's different and it's clearly different. It's okay to laugh. It's going to be like to express. That's expressing an emotion. It's like what? Like if you like
We're having a good time, man.
I'm having a blast actually.
You are?
I'm having a blast. I love Mew in the corner. Look at those baby blues.
Yeah, dude. I got that from Ethan Meredith when he went to Japan. He went to Tokyo.
Ethan would go to. He would go to.
I
Tokyo.
wanted to go with him so
He would go to
bad.
Japan. I don't trust Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
Share thoughts.
It's not because
I'll share a country I don't trust if you share yours about Japan.
It's not because of Japan itself. It's just because of the people that go to Japan. You know, there's types of.
Roasted Ethan?
I am slightly, but I love Ethan.
Yeah. You can share. I mean,
Yeah.
he can.
You know, listen, I've watched anime. You've watched anime.
Yeah.
But if you watch it too much, you turn into something. You turn into some kind of animal. You turn into you turn into some kind of
The anime animal.
yeah. I may
Double A.
be called the greasy goblin, but am I really that greasy? There's
You are a
there's a
goblin.
different type of grease.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like SpongeBob fry cook grease. You know,
There are differences.
There are
'Cause I got a
differences.
friend, his nickname was the Filthy Furball, but he wasn't that filthy.
Yeah.
He was a furball, though.
was he a hairy fella?
Yeah.
He's just a hairy fella, little filthy furball, you little filthy little. You know, that's funny. That's just a good time.
And you're the greasy goblin.
yeah.
But you're not that greasy.
I am clammy. I have very sweaty hands.
That's not greasy, though.
No, it's
I wouldn't call it
no,
greasy.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
what's
Who don't you trust?
I would say the number one is Australia.
Australia, dude. Heck yeah.
'Cause I feel like there's way too much land for the amount of people that live there.
Yeah, they don't. Well, they can't go inland because it's just desert.
Yeah, they have secrets in there.
Dude,
I
bet
guarantee you there's parts
Go, like,
animals,
digging.
wildlife in Australia that's
we've
never
never
been
seen.
discovered.
they find something new like every
Just like
every
the
week
ocean.
or so.
I
They found a
don't
new
trust the
spider.
ocean.
They found a new biggest spider in Australia the other day. I actually found that out.
And I think some of the most dangerous animals are kangaroos. I think they have
The
a stronger mind
kick.
than you think because they live out there. How have they not gone extinct?
Yeah, that's a good point. What do they eat? I think they're vegetarians. And
No
they just
way.
go.
You don't think there's any?
If kangaroos ate like meat, they'd be going after people, and they
That's
might
true.
already. I don't know. I don't know about.
You seen those videos where they start squaring up?
I don't know. There's a
They are
there's
fearless
an
creatures.
Australian lady that came through Chad's the other day, and
So you go, good day, mate.
now she said, "I'll have a good day, sweetheart." And I'm like, okay, I will. It was like, she was older, and you could tell. And it's weird because there's another lady. She's either from New Zealand or Australia, and she works at like Walgreens. It's like, what are you doing here?
The one right down the street from you.
Yeah. It's like, why are you in Jonesboro, Arkansas, working at Walgreens?
What brought you here?
What brought you to Walgreens? You know, that's what I think about sometimes. It's like,
Honestly, think about it. You're in Australia. How low
Australia's-
does your life have to be?
Australia is not that much different than us. I think they're like us, but like if Texas ran the country, Texas is fine, but should it run a nation? No, obviously not. Look at Australia,
Or if they ever did succeed in and become their own nation.
which they've been wanting to do that for a long time. Political pod.
Oh, history teacher.
Politicast.
They've tried. Like way back
tried.
in the day.
Yeah, you had the what was that? Republic of Texas
Yeah.
before they became a state.
Before they became a state. They didn't, and it was still controversial amongst them that
Yeah, they
to
didn't
even
really-
become a state.
Yeah.
Some of them wanted to stay their own.
Every few years, I'll see something where they're like, "Is it time to finally secede from
Dude,
the union?"
Getting Texas to be a state is honestly like that. Think about this. Run with me here.
Yeah.
You got that like wild friend.
Yeah.
And like you've put him in a box.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know he's in a box. And every time he starts asking those questions, you're like, oh, no. He can't.
Keep it.
It's like everyone
It's
around
like Neo
him,
from The
everyone around that
Matrix.
person know. Yeah.
I've
Everyone
never
around that
watched The
person
Matrix,
knows.
but I know enough about The Matrix.
Everyone around that person knows, like, yeah, he's in a box. But he doesn't. And we're not going to say anything. Like Texas is a part of the state. But like if they really want
They
to
ask
stay-
questions of if they're in a box. They're like,
and you're sitting there like, oh,
I think honestly, no, I don't think.
don't want them to.
I don't think
branch out.
Texas could, but it'd suck. It'd suck if they
If
were.
there was one state to like actually be successful at branching off on their own, it would. Like I'm not saying surviving it.
Yeah.
I'm saying like actually getting there. It would be Texas. That or Florida. I could see Florida just
I
removing
could see not like running itself, but like just leaving. Like someone buys it or something is like Alaska.
Yeah.
What are we doing with Alaska? I feel like the only thing we're doing with Alaska, like that, is like have bases to be like, oh, just in case Russia.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I don't know.
That's why they bought them
Yeah.
from Russia
Yeah,
for very cheap,
very cheap.
like a couple $1 million.
Yeah,
For Alaska,
for back then.
which
Yeah,
is the largest.
and then we
landmass.
found gold, Yukon Gold Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes tight, dude. Alaska would go hard though. Living in Alaska,
Yeah.
it
That's
kind
something I would be
it like half suck.
because it has the snowy tundra.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that.
I mess with
But
the
it also
tundra.
has the beautiful nature, trees,
Yeah, dude.
bears.
Bears are
Alaska
kinda cool.
is America's Australia.
that or Texas. Texas climate wise, but Alaska and like emptiness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and probably there's
I get
probably
that.
parts of Alaska. There are potentially spots in Alaska where a human being has never stepped foot. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think there's any other states in America that have that? Maybe Texas,
You might
California.
not Texas. Texas has just been traveled too much. California definitely not. Well, those everyone's walked those. I think you get into like some of the like where the Rockies are,
Yeah.
where it's a lot like pretty empty.
What about the Smokies?
Smokies like in
More our
Tennessee.
side. Yeah.
Maybe.
Here's another
Maybe.
spot I think. Northeast. North of New York. Those states.
The sleeper picks.
Yeah.
No
I
one-
guarantee you there's a couple spots in there. Nobody's like there's not been
Nah,
anything
the thing is, I think they have because of,
The
they were because they were just colonized first.
Native Americans.
Yeah. I mean, you get
If
the
only
na-
we could know what the Native Americans have seen.
dude.
like,
They used to have like cities, like metropolises.
I know who
Big
knows
cities.
what they've actually seen in places, and they never documented their stuff. They didn't do a good job at that. That's That's my criticism.
I
of
was
them.
talking to a guy today, came through work. He's from like Louisiana and stuff. And
Cajun.
he said some things that I wouldn't repeat, but
Yeah.
it was a fun conversation. I was like, because he went back home to visit Louisiana. He was in like West Baton Rouge or something. West Monroe. He's in West Monroe, not West Baton Rouge. He's in West Monroe. But then we got talking about Baton Rouge for a second. Like, yeah, man, it's cool down there. And I was like, yeah, I'm from Oklahoma. I go back there every now and then. He's like, man, some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen before I got married were in Oklahoma. I was like, yeah, them Oklahoma smoke shows, baby. And I was like, man, he was like, yeah, them native women. I'm like, I know what you're talking about. You can't talk about any of this. I'm keeping an eye on you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It'd be wild. It'd be wild to be you see that a lot in movies where, especially like westerns.
Mm-hmm.
I guess in a lot of movies where you get like the white guy who like, yeah, dude, I get it, and he gets with the like native. You know what I'm talking about? You ever see that?
Yeah,
It happens a lot. I'm not gonna.
Western cowboys.
Yeah, it's. I don't
Forget about the cowgirls.
I don't care. I think it's funny, but
Could be a girl with a feather
I
in
think
her
it's
head.
funny that it happens so often. It's
Yeah.
like like I don't know where
Did John Wayne ever do it?
I think John Wayne probably did. I don't know.
Clint
That was my
Eastwood?
mom's. Clint Eastwood had to have.
Yeah,
Jeremiah Johnson was. I don't remember what happens to that, but I think I don't know.
probably.
But you get it kind of happens in Avatar. You know, if you flip the roles a bit, like those I don't know, you call the alien people the blue people,
Oh,
but
the place is called Pandora.
Pandora, yeah,
Are they called? They're
They're
not,
not-
called avatars. That's what the humans call them.
Yeah.
No, that's what the humans call
yeah.
the thing that
the-
turns
the-
them into.
the- yeah. But
Oh.
they're kind of like representing like the tribe.
Yeah.
They're like they're like Cherokee Choctaw, you know, but a whole planet of them. It'd be wild. It kind of used to be like that, I guess. Like think about like when the Mongolians ran everything. You ever think about that? That'd be wild. Being on a steppe, being on the steppe, dude, that goes hard.
I like to think about that. Like
Yeah.
like history really happened. You know, we obviously think that with
Yeah.
our faith, but like Genghis Khan,
Genghis Khan, oh dude.
that man.
Do you know what they called? What his actual name was?
What?
Chinggis. It's the funniest name of all time.
Genghis.
Dude,
Somebody said it one day.
no, Chinggis is coming.
He grew up, and somebody said Genghis, got his head cut off.
Yeah, dude. He's like, it's Genghis from here on out. Boy,
He terrorized them.
boy.
I scared my seventh graders the other day because I gave them the speech about. I listed like a whole bunch of like worldwide empires
It's not.
that collapsed.
Yerp.
And I was like, we're next. It's only a matter of time. And if you really think about history, that's a true statement.
Makes sense.
It might
We're
not
the,
happen
we're
in
the,
our
we're the top
lifetime.
guy right now.
Yeah.
It'd be us, China, or Russia.
We're learning about how we became the top guy.
Yeah.
That's what we've been talking about. Kind of like that.
I don't know if
Post-Civil War.
it'll be as soon as we think, but the way like just how everything's just progressed
It's
so
gonna
quick.
happen.
It's like it's progressed so quick that it's got it like it feels like there's just
I almost
tension.
feel like we'll crash as fast as we went up.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. We became a country late 1700s.
Yeah.
By right around 1900s when we started entering world superpower stage.
You do get some like if you look through history, you get some slow falls. Like you get some quick rises sometimes and then some slow falls. Like the Ottomans,
Yeah.
they reached the top really quick and then slowly just fizzled out. Same thing happened with the Byzantines, who they like took over, which they weren't called the
I feel
Byzantines.
like Rome had the slow build up. Conquer.
Yeah,
Conquer.
they had a slow build up
on top of the world, and then they just. I thought they had.
they
lower-
had a slow fall. They had a really slow fall if you think about it.
Maybe it was like a fall
it
catch.
terms in like it depends on not terms. It depends on like what tier you're talking about. So you get
They had a fall, but then
you
they
get
conquered
like three like periods of like you get Roman Kingdom, you get the Republic, and then you get the Empire. So if you're counting all of Rome together,
It was
then
slow.
then it's a slow fall.
The
Roman
fell
Empire
fast.
it fell kind of fast. The Republic fell pretty fast, kind
Yeah.
of. Can't actually they all individually kind of fell. They rose, fall, but it was all still like Rome, and it was all still considered the same, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about Rome is you get the Western Roman Empire, you get the Eastern Roman Empire. Eastern lasted until like the 1100s, like 800 years after the West fell. They were kicking around. They were still doing their thing, and they didn't think of themselves as like, yeah, we're the Eastern. They thought of themselves, oh yeah, we're the Roman Empire.
Roman's still alive and well.
Yeah, they're like,
While their counterparts are just falling apart.
yeah, they tried to like help them out, and then for a little bit they reconquered like Rome. They took it back from like the Goths for a second, and then they fell again. Boo, boo.
At the time, though, I mean, think about another one. This one was not as big as these others, but like the British Empire,
Yeah, dude.
they had a huge pull.
They kind of
And we started.
they
then
kind
to
of gave
come.
everything back though. Well, no, we kind of kickstarted their big rise,
Yeah.
you know, because like they
They
didn't
made a-
have a lot.
They made a butt ton of money when the colonists went to America.
Honestly, they could have won if they just spent more resources.
Dude, that's literally what we just. I'm not even joking. We are learning about the Revolutionary War right now, and one of my smarter girls who like has good questions is what I mean. She was like, so like why did it end though? Like, because I was like, well, it ended like this. She's like, no, like why?
right.
And I said, well, the reality was, she was like, why did they surrender? And I said, we were probably running out of people. If we're being honest, like a lot of people died. So we're eventually the American people at the time were like probably running out of soldiers that would be willing to fight. They're getting thin. And the British, in terms of their overall army, they were not short at all. But credit George Washington. Shout out to George. He
G-Dub.
made some big decisions. They
G-Dub.
attacked the right spots. And it was more so of I think I told her, this is literally what I told her today. I said, it was either going to be the ending, if it wasn't a surrender, we ran out of people or they ran out of money. And it was kind of the beginning to be the money. And also just wasn't worth it to keep going.
Yeah,
And they withdrawed. They said, we're done. You got it.
they're one of the strangest things of where they had so many resources, and you'd think they were spread thin,
Yeah.
but it lasted so long. You know,
Yeah.
like with all their stuff in like Africa and Asia, and they just like people would ask, it was like, hey, can you guys chill? I'm like, yeah, sure. Like they didn't have to, but they like a lot of people hate on England as like, yeah, they did some bad stuff with like colonizing, but they were also pretty chill about just letting people go. You don't get that. You don't see that ever.
You can tell through history if you were actually like a legitimate good country.
Yeah,
'Cause, like, England's still pretty good right now. Like they're chill.
they're pretty tight.
I mean, like they're weird,
They're weird.
but like
I wouldn't want to be English.
no, I'm proud to be what I.
I was doing some ancestry stuff. I'm straight up full just British Isle-ish. Like British,
Does that hurt you?
Irish, a little bit. Not hurt, but it's like, dude, you know what?
Why?
We've been here so why? Well, the thing is, America, dude, y'all, dog.
USA.
What's worse is like, I found out like I was going through my grandpa's side, like all through his line on my mom's side. French. So sad.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the French.
No, I don't see. The thing is, I like the concept of like, you know, like just fancy. You know, I like it because you know that's what we think of when we think of. That's what everyone thinks of. I think when they think of French, there's like, oh, fancy, culture,
Yeah.
smart. But the thing is, I don't want to be a lady boy. I want to be a man boy.
You want to get a tear in your eyes when you see an American eagle fly by.
That's
You
more
wanna-
of a crow.
You want to listen to Toby Keith,
I do like Toby Keith. You know where Toby Keith's from?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
I knew
Rep up.
that. Rest in peace.
Fly high, yeah. He was one of my biggest losses of last year. Year before that was Jamie Buffett.
Yeah, that one hurt.
That one was rough.
I'll never get that song he did with Alan Jackson.
5 o'clock,
5 o'clock
somewhere. Yeah.
What would Jimmy Buffett?
That's the funniest part of any song ever is when they're just doing an ad for Margaritaville at the end of the song. Like, yeah, he's like, he's like, you know, I think I think it's 5 o'clock all the time at Margaritaville. It's like he's just doing an ad for his own restaurant.
I know.
And then Alan Jackson, he plays along. He's like, you know, but in the video it's funny because he'll pull the mic in close and he kind of looks away from him. He goes, you know, I've been to Margaritaville time or two. And that's it. That's it. They just banter. They do weird banter, and it's like, you know, I'm here for it, but it's a blatant ad in a song. Yeah. It's so funny. It's so funny, and no one pays attention to it because it's freaking, dude. It's Jimmy Buffett.
Good advertising.
It's Jimmy.
Though.
It's Margaritaville.
I mean, I've literally thought
it's Margaritaville.
When I've seen one, I thought of the song.
Yeah,
which made me think. You know.
You know, it is 5 o'clock somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I might have me some chicken strips.
Yeah. I've never been to Margaritaville.
I mean,
Mm.
I've seen one in the
I
airport.
I've seen one.
Are they in airports?
I don't know, maybe.
Is it
I think
there?
there's like one in an airport.
Where's it?
Oh.
I was at a huge airport one time. Don't remember where.
Yeah.
There was one in there.
Was it? I saw one in Florida, which I think that has the most of
Orlando.
them. No, I wasn't in Orlando. I was in Destin.
Oh, I was in Orlando and I saw one in there.
But
Makes sense though. It's
yeah.
Florida, Margarita town.
yeah, no. But let me think.
What are you thinking about?
There's not much in there. There never is. There really never is. That's part of the. It's crazy. I got this big old noggin. Not much going on. You know, I remember like when I was a kid, it was funny. It's funny to me. Which I was a moody kid. I was very moody. But there was one time I was looking out a backseat window. I was probably like 9 or 10 or so, and my stepmom's like,
Hey, what you looking at?
or what are you? She was like, you're always thinking like. And she was trying to say philosopher, but she said psychiatrist. You're thinking like a psychiatrist. She was trying to say philosopher because I was just looking at the window like. And in my head, I was watching like Sonic the Hedgehog do parkour over like the telephone lines. It was like nothing. You wouldn't get it. It was like you wouldn't understand. And it's
too advanced for
too
your mind.
advanced, and it's like, oh man, here comes Knuckles. Here comes Victor the Crocodile. And rolling around at the speed of sound, just going in my head. Or it probably wasn't that one. It was probably a Sonic Heroes.
That's a great song.
Sonic Heroes. I don't remember anything.
I played it
after
on
that.
my PlayStation.
Yeah, go.
I told you. Did I tell you what I was buying? I told you I was buying before we started, right?
Yeah,
We talked
I
about
think
the DSs.
Yeah. You did.
What did I say?
I don't remember.
I didn't say
I
it.
just remember. Okay.
I started it. I never finished.
Where's
the
you
story.
buying? I probably started.
I'm buying a PlayStation 2.
Oh, that's sick. We have one
In that
somewhere
closet,
like
it's my old memory card.
PS2 is where like, dude, I love a good PlayStation.
What was the game you played on that you enjoyed? Was it Sonic Heroes? Because I played.
No,
Sonic
I
Heroes
played a
on it.
bunch of nonsense. Like I played. There was only one game we had that I remember, and it was a Star Wars. Episode 2, or no, it was an episode 3 game, and that was the only thing I played on it.
Oh,
An episode 3
that's
game.
actually an insane game. You know why?
Why?
Did you ever beat the game?
No, I was dumb.
If you beat it, so it's like just playing through the movie.
Yeah.
If you beat the game on the hardest difficulty,
Yeah.
you get a special cutscene. You can only get there. Where you know how in Star Wars, Anakin does the jump, Obi-Wan slices him up like sushi.
This time Anakin wins.
Anakin lands the move, kills him,
Yo.
walks up to Palpatine.
Palpatine.
He's like, "Well done, my apprentice." Anakin kills him too, takes over the whole empire.
Makes sense. That's
The
what I-
literal scene.
That's what I do. That's what I
What'd
do.
you-
Man, it's so sad. I used to love Star Wars so much. I'm not a Star Wars guy anymore.
What knocked you out? Is it the more recent movies?
Kind of. I won't even watch the old movies now. It's just like I'm
It's
just.
like a sad story.
I know, dude. I just get like I'm just burnt out. I'm burnt out on like all the things I liked when I was like a young wee lad. I used to love Star Wars. Like have all like I'd read the books.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd like get into like the side characters. I really liked reading about the assassin crew that Darth Vader hires.
Yeah.
And you got
The
like
bounty
IG-88. IG-88 was my favorite. Bosk was great.
Boba Fett.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Boba Fett, but I liked all the others, which is weird. No one likes all the others. But
Dengar.
Dengar was cool.
The guy with the white mask.
Yeah, Dengar was cool. He wasn't my favorite. He was probably like my least favorite out of because Bosk was the lizard.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the weird like gross bag guy? He had like a bag head or something. He was a weird looking fella.
I know what
I
you're
don't remember. I don't remember his name.
I don't remember his name.
He was funky looking.
Yeah.
He was wacky, weird and wacky.
I got a bunch of sets over here.
Yeah,
You like my wall?
I do like your wall. I do like the Star Wars themed room. I do like.
It's just
I do enjoy Star Wars, but it's just I don't enjoy it the same level. It's not like a top thing for me
I understand.
at all anymore, which is sad. Because the things that I enjoyed when I was a kid, like Star Wars and Pokemon, And what else?
Do you have any
I
old
really,
Pokemon games?
oh, dude, I played a lot of them. My first was Gen 4, Sinnoh.
Pokemon Platinum. It's right there on my shelf.
Platinum's my
I bought it.
Platinum's my most nostalgic, so it's gonna be my favorite.
Yeah.
Gen 5's better. Gen 5's the peak one with Unova.
I agree.
But I prefer Gen
Platinum.
4 and Platinum, specifically Platinum, because Diamond and Pearl kind of suck.
Platinum was like takes
Comparatively.
everything good that they did and everything bad that they did.
Yeah.
Makes the good better and makes the bad amazing.
I know it's really
Do
good.
you have any of these things in your possession?
No,
You don't think you have any of the
I
old?
don't think I have any of the old ones in my possession.
What do you think you did with
I
it?
think they're back home at my mom's somewhere, hiding somewhere.
I was almost gonna say like, with what we're not gonna say because we don't know how
Yeah.
sensitive we got to be with it. But
Yeah.
what you're about to do with your life change,
Yeah.
I was almost gonna be like, you want me to hold it for you?
Maybe.
The only reason I asked that is because it's not about like value.
Yeah.
I just like we talked about. I love collecting older
Yeah.
things, and if I can collect older things, man,
Dude, I love. See what I was really looking for a long time, because I wanted to play Gen 5 again. Because I never for whatever reason I lost like Black 2 or White 2. I don't remember which one I had.
and those I think were better than the first one.
Yeah, I lost it somehow. I lost it, or I think it just stopped working for whatever reason. I don't know, but I would and I never finished it. I never finished either of the second games. I played the fire out of Black. I had Black. My brother had White, which everyone says White's better.
I had white. It was pretty good.
Everyone says White's better because
The only difference though is a couple of the cities, which I thought was kind of cool.
really just the one city at the end,
Yeah,
and where it's a forest in White, and then it's a city in Black, and you can't catch. Like White has, I think it has 100 more
exclusive.
Pokemons.
yeah.
Like if you look through, like if you're going through counting like chains and stuff, like
Yeah.
evolution chains, it has like 100 more Pokemon than Black, which is wild.
I had white,
Wild.
and I never played Black 2 or White 2 until
I didn't want
like a
to.
year or two ago.
See, I didn't want White because the last gym leader was a girl, and I was like, "Ew, girls, gross." As a kid,
You said you were scared of them,
yeah, dude. To this day, women.
and in Black it was the old white guy, like the old white guy with the
Yeah,
white beard. Like
yeah.
he's gonna be. Like,
I thought
tough
he was
battle.
cool. I thought he was cool.
Yeah,
I
like
was
this
dang.
guy is.
I thought
This
he was
guy's the
tight.
final
I
boss.
thought he was tight. First one I ever played was I think Fire Red, or I think it was Leaf Green. I don't think it was Fire Red. It was Leaf Green. Gen 3 Leaf Green, and but it was like from like a pre-owned. It was like what game? It was GameStop. It was like a GameStop. Someone had it and sold it, bought it.
Mhm.
And first ever Pokemon was technically Venusaur. I remember that vividly.
You always remember your first.
Yeah, it was Venus. Not even Bulbasaur, because I pulled it up. I don't count. I shouldn't count it, but I played for a little bit. I didn't really understand the game though. I was like, oh, Pokemon, because I like.
Oh, it's changing.
I was like, whoa. I was like, oh no.
The first one I ever played was Generation 4, but it was the remake of
Really, the recent one?
no, it was like the
Oh,
remake,
Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
yeah.
Oh, those are probably the best in the series.
Because you get to play in two
Actually,
regions.
Yeah.
And here's the funny story I had
Johto
with
and
it.
Kanto.
I told my parents I want a Pokemon game for my birthday.
Yeah.
And they bought me, and I have the exact same copy.
Hmm.
Long story, I sold a bunch of my games because we couldn't afford to get new games.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to sell my old and to get the new. And it was kind of sad because I wanted to keep everything. Well, anyways, you see those two games setting up? On the right is Pokemon Ranger.
Yeah,
Shadows of
dude.
Almond.
Pokemon Ranger's crazy.
It's one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah.
I've never sold it. They got me that thinking it was a Pokemon game, like all
Like a
my friends had.
traditional. Yeah, but no.
And I was like, well, this is fun, but this isn't what my friend next door is playing.
Yeah.
So then at Christmas, they got me Soul Silver.
Soul Silver was the one I
You
had.
know, in early YouTube, I was like, okay, so this is a remake of one that came out in like 2001,
Yeah.
2002, maybe even earlier, and it was awesome.
Mhm.
I was like, you're playing this two regions, so that because that was my first full one, everything else is a step down. I would take Soul Silver over.
No, I
Platinum.
agree. I would too. I would
Two
too.
full regions.
I would too.
You play through the Gen 2 region and then go
think-
back to the Gen 1.
If I'm ranking starters, like as a set, Gen 2's got to be one of the worst.
Yeah, you're right about that though.
Just in terms of like
Gen 1's a classic.
Honestly, though, maybe it's not that bad. Because Gen 2, I
Gen
love
2 is
to
better than a lot of the
honestly,
newer games.
it's not a controversial take. Coldest take in my life. Totodile, Cyndaquil, their lines are awesome. Gosh darn it, Chikorita sucks.
Yeah.
Chikorita sucks.
But I think Chikorita's better than the newer ones.
Yeah, I do too.
You should be glad you're not
I do
playing the newer
too.
ones.
I haven't played Scarlet or Violet. Our good friend Sawyer, Zero,
He played.
has played the fire out of him. I won't.
I don't.
They
really
look
like
they
him.
look bad. They look gross.
The Sword and Shield one.
Sword and Shield
That was-
bad.
It was bad, but it was not as bad as.
You know who
Fire
liked that
Violet.
one? Braden loved that one. Braden loved Sword and Shield. I think it was Braden. It might have been my friend Ethan from back home. That
I
tried
almost
kicking
want to
the
ask,
balls.
and I don't say this to offend you, Brandon, if you see this, but I feel like if you enjoy
It
it.
might have been Braden.
No, okay, no, I won't say
Maybe
that.
it wasn't Braden. I think it might have
I-
been my friend from back home.
I enjoyed it. But
I had a good time, but it
if
was
you
baby.
think it's better than any of the older ones, that just means you didn't play them.
X and Y was fine. It was just
I didn't like Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon was the intro sucked. I liked some of the Pokemon, but like I liked there was one like Toxapex where it's very like you could be
Almost like something you'd find in a coral reef.
all of the every Sun and Moon Pokemon was slow. All of them had the worst speed stat of all time.
I just didn't like it.
No, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. I liked things in it, but I didn't care for it.
I agree with you that Gen 5 is probably the best game. My favorite group of Pokemon is the Generation 4 group, though.
Yeah, me too.
Like
Weavile's
those are-
like my favorite. I
My
love
favorite's
Weavile.
Darkrai.
Darkrai goes hard.
He does go hard.
That's a good legendary.
Nightmares, dude.
Yeah, dude.
My favorite non-legendary.
That was my favorite
is
movie.
Electivire.
That was my favorite Electivire. I had a Electivire toy.
Yeah.
Press his head. You got Electivire. I'm like, heck yeah, dog. Heck yeah, dog. Speak your stuff.
For real. But the Darkrai movie was insanely good, though.
Very good. That's my favorite movie. It was either that. I
It
liked
actually had a good story, too.
It did.
I mean, like, it
That's the
wasn't
one I
like
liked. There was
cheesy.
that one, and then there was one.
The whole time.
that I liked the song to it. Is the Latias and Latios movie, where the song went. It was hard, but it was like on an accordion.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, dude, I liked that one. That one was tight.
One of my earliest memories with Sydney was, not earliest, maybe, but I loved the first Pokemon movie, the original.
Yeah,
Literally called Pokemon,
Mew,
the first.
Mew and
Was it
Mewtwo.
called the first movie?
Yeah, I think
it was literally called the first
it's
movie.
called the first movie.
Yeah.
So they knew they were dropping others,
But they made that.
they were ready. The Entei one went
Yeah,
hard too.
that one did
with
go
the
hard.
unknown.
Yeah.
What was that? Secret of the Unknown
Yeah.
or
I really
Legend of
think
the
it's
Unknown or something like that.
Something of the
Something like
Unknown.
that.
But when they remade the first one and they called it Mewtwo Strikes Back and
Yeah.
they put it on Netflix, I got her to watch it with me. And I think that's when I knew she'd be my wife.
And then Pikachu talked in it. Didn't
Yeah.
that was
I think-
kind of
is
dumb.
that the one?
I think that was the one where Pikachu talked.
No, is that Detective Pikachu?
No, there's one where Pikachu talks in anime voice
Oh.
and it's like, I've always loved you, Ash. Something like that, where it's like a girl animal.
I don't think it's that one, but I know which one you're talking about.
It's like, oh, dude, don't have Pikachu talk.
What do you think
Detective
about
Pikachu's
Detective?
fine. I didn't watch
like
that one.
it?
I didn't watch it.
Ryan Reynolds. Is
I'm about
Pikachu.
it. I mess with it. I
I thought it was
endorse
pretty
it.
cool.
I didn't watch it, but
It was cool to see them live action.
Yeah,
That was.
I'm not
pretty-
anti that. Gen 4. What else did Gen 4 had? Chatot. Chatot was fun.
Yeah.
Who was Gliscor was cool. Who did Dusclops? Was it Dusclops?
Dusknor.
Dusknor.
That was the fourth one. Yeah.
Dusknor was
It was
tight.
pretty cool.
Dusknor was tight.
Who else was who else was rocking? Dude,
Abominasnow was fun.
Bidoof.
Bidoof's the best HM slave of all time, dude.
Yeah.
Fabulous. I love Bidoof. I unironically love Bidoof. I don't even care if it sucks. I love Bidoof. B-Barrel.
He warms
I
your
love
heart.
Bidoof. Bidoof's tight.
Mm-hmm.
Bidoof's tight.
Who else is in there?
I don't know.
That's a good region.
Yeah. But like when looking back, it's like, oh, dude, those games were so easy, and I somehow sucked at them. Like when I was a kid, it's awful at them. I had to like have my stepbrother beat him for me. I would like hand him off.
Battles?
I know, and he would like beat him.
Did you
Like
just make bad
there's
decisions?
yeah, I guess so. I'd put all the cool moves on him. I guess I was like,
Yeah,
and then
I
don't
did
know.
too.
But then I only had like
He
5
didn't do
PP.
damage. I didn't use it.
Yeah, that's what I did. Which you can beat the game pretty easily like
Yeah, you
that,
can.
and I still would sometimes struggle. But sometimes in just figuring out where to go. But like my stepbrother would I remember one time we went to Colorado for vacation, and he beat it in one night. The original, I think he played Fire. No, not Fire. It was Red. It was Red, not Fire Red. I was gonna say Fire Red. He played Red, and beat it one night. I was like, "You're the best gamer of all time." It's like, dude, it's an easy game. It's an easy game.
I think that one was a little easy.
Now, well, I
Which one do
think
you think's the hardest?
hardest. Maybe one of the fives.
One of the fives, or
One of the
maybe
fives.
the third. I'm gonna throw out Pokemon Emerald.
Emerald. I like Gen 3. Gen 3 goes hard.
They mess you up quick.
I like Gen 3.
You start getting confident.
Gen 3's fun.
Beat that.
Gen 3's fun. Mudkip is my favorite starter. Swampert. I love Swampert.
My favorite's Chimchar.
Chimchar's pretty good.
Primate.
Chimchar's pretty good.
That was pretty cool.
I love
I understand
all of the Gen 4 starters. All of Gen 4, all of Gen 3. Gen 1's pretty good. You gotta love Gen 1.
You cannot go you cannot say anything wrong about Gen 1.
No, you can't.
What about Gen 5? Because I know some people don't like some of them.
I love all of the Gen 5 starters.
I do too.
legitimately. I love all of them. What is it? No, what? It's like
Are you talking about the final forms?
yeah.
Superior.
Superior's awesome.
Samurai.
Samurott goes hard. Embor goes hard.
Embor does go hard.
Everyone hates Embor because firefighting, because they just repeated that for like 3 gens in a row.
Get over it.
Get over
That's
it.
what I say.
Embor goes
He was a
hard.
pig.
Embor goes
It
hard.
was not the same.
He was different.
Anything, you have a bird, humanoid,
Yeah.
Pokemon with Blaziken. Infernape's at least a chimpanzee.
Now, Gen 6, the only see, I like what's the grass one in Gen 6? I'm blanking.
Decidueye?
No, that's Gen 7.
7. Oh gosh, I know.
The Decidueye is fun. I like the
Yeah,
Decidueye.
I'm picturing the thing in my head. It's like that chestnut.
Chestnut. I like Chestnut.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm one of the few that like Chestnut. Greninja's cool.
You think he's overrated?
I think Greninja's overrated, but I loved Greninja when I first got Gen 6.
Yeah.
It was my favorite.
I chose the fire one, the Finnegan.
I hate it.
Really?
Kill it with fire. It's gross. It's
like
that's when it starts getting into like furry stuff. Like Gen 8 did furry stuff,
Honestly?
straight furry stuff.
You're on to something here.
Yeah, dude, it's
There's
a fox
human
with
body
it's a
fox.
yeah, which it's not when it starts, because you get some other stuff where it's like,
Greninja's at least like a really cool
it's a ninja, it's a frog ninja. That's kind of tight. That's a fox. That's a lady fox. When they make them specifically look like women, it's weird. When they make it's different. I don't know why
current
it's
ones,
different.
Gen 9 are ugly.
I don't
Have
even.
you seen that water bird? Have you seen the water type? Here,
I don't think so.
we're gonna I'm gonna get it.
Get it pulled up.
Yeah.
Get it pulled up. Heck yeah.
We're gonna put it up on this screen right here.
Yeah. You're.
I probably won't show it on there.
I've seen the fire one. I think I like the fire one. Fire one's fun. I can't remember any of the other ones. What they turn into.
So these are like the originals.
Yeah. They're
Right.
fine. They're fine.
They're not bad there.
They're not bad. Oh, hold on. Zoom in on that. I don't got my glasses. Zoom in there.
I don't have to zoom in as much.
What is that?
It's like a bird, water bird. I think I could probably show us. Yeah. It's like, look. Let me move this over. Look at that. That's, you can say what you want to say. about that.
grass is gross.
That one's not bad. A fire crocodile.
fun. I like that.
What is that?
That's weird.
What is that?
Not a fan.
Humanoid chicken. Humanoid cat. Wrong time and place to do that.
Not everything needs to be.
Humanoid.
Yeah. No, you don't need to do that. There's like a word for that though. Not androgynous. I don't know. I don't got it. I don't know. Played a lot of Smash Bros growing up.
Both of these were.
I liked Rillaboom, and I didn't. The water one's okay. I didn't play with the water one. I only played with Grass Monkey.
You didn't like Cinderace?
No, that one's furry.
Let's look back at.
I don't trust him.
I remember. I need to.
Gen
honestly,
7 was okay, I think. I'm trying to think. You had. Poplio was so fun until once again.
Final form.
Yeah, dude, that's so lame. I don't like that.
I feel like that's the one
Incineroar
everyone
goes
liked,
hard.
but this one's underrated.
Decidueye is probably the best one. And
According to this
Fenrir
video,
was
Gen
fun.
7 was weird.
Gen 7 was weird. I think I might have watched that.
I need to see.
I think I fell asleep watching that. I don't
Every
remember
other one
anything.
is like ingrained in my brain forever. But all right, I could.
No, I know Gen 6 because
Is that chest? Oh, what did I click? That's Chespin. I forgot. I honestly forgot what he
Chespin
looked
goes
like for
hard.
a second.
Fennekin sucks. Fennekin sucks so bad. Look at that! Look at that fan art. Fan art's so funny to me.
Yeah, no, I don't
for
like
whatever
that in
reason.
between. Not a big fan.
No, me neither.
I hate when people try too much.
Yeah, chill out.
No, stop
Relax.
trying.
Relax. Don't make art ever.
No, it's not meant for that.
No. But
Like when you, that's when I'm honestly like, we need to.
stick in our lane.
I gotta watch how I say this.
Yeah.
You gotta watch our creativity.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah, of
things you
course.
just keep in your head.
Yeah.
They never need to leave your head.
Yeah.
You know how many times I have ideas, thoughts, I
Yeah.
never need to leave my head. Fan art, something like that.
Like there's
The only time it's acceptable. Run with me here, though. The only times it's acceptable, you're reading a book, and you're drawing out art of how you think they would look.
Have I ever talked to you about like Chris Chan? Do you know about Chris Chan? You got to know about Chris Chan. We're not talking about that here. That's so funny. Chris Chan's so funny. Man, I'm gonna have to show you that later.
We'll talk about that after.
It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. There's gonna be someone that happens to watch me like, oh, Christian. I've took Grayson and Lane. A lot of the boys down the rabbit hole. I'll take you down the
Take
rabbit
me
hole.
down
later.
after.
I will after. It gets sad. It's funny, but it gets sad.
Interesting.
Yeah, but what he did like Sonic Pokemon fan art called Sonichu.
Okay, yep. Moving on.
It's really
I can only imagine.
that's kind of it's not what you think. It's not what you think.
Sounds like what I think.
It's not what you think because he did that when he was a kid and it was more innocent then, but it became
worse.
because we'll talk about that later. But no, dude, that's a funny thing. So I don't know, that makes me think of man, there's a lady that comes through Chad's greasy
Is he the real greasy goblin?
anime lover. We call them weebs. That's not the nice way to put it because you can like what you like.
Yeah, you can.
But there's a type of fandom where it goes too far. Even Star Wars where it could go
Yeah.
too far where there's you know the type.
Okay.
You know
Don't
the type.
I'm about to step on toes. Do you think the term cosplay is going too far? When you start dressing up as people?
Oh yeah. Dude, a
Yeah,
little bit.
See, I've never done that.
A little bit. Like
I would like to think I'm a moderate super fan.
honestly, it's a lot of people accept it when they're attractive. Like, oh dude. But then
I still find it weird even when they're
I still find it weird too, because it's like you're a grown, dude.
stop
it's
trying
like
to
you can
look-
have
stop trying to look like episode 2 Padme Amidala.
Yeah, you can have fun. I'm not gonna tell you not to have fun, but honestly, it's also fine for me to be like, man, that's a little odd, a little wild and wacky. It's a little goofy, but this lady, she comes through. She adds very few teeth. Makes me it upsets me.
Drugs?
That's what whenever we were talking about today, and they were thinking drugs. With her, I don't think it's drugs. With her, I just think she's a greasy anime lover who
Never
went too
brushes
far.
her teeth.
I think it went too far, and she gets like double flavor, and we have sugary drinks in the first place. Like she'll get a blended. Blendeds have a lot of sugar.
Yeah,
in it.
yeah.
Blendeds do have a lot of sugar in, it.
I know that.
And she'll get like a caramel though, extra drizzle, heavy on the drizzle, double flavor,
A little too much.
large.
I can only have like one sugary item.
This
a day.
is mean. This is bad. The heavier the person is, you can expect a large. Most of the time. It's very mean, and I don't like knowing that or thinking that.
Yeah.
It's the truth. It's so sad. Like in my head, I'll be like, please don't. Please don't. It's like, oh.
Like you know it's coming.
Yeah.
The last time I had a coffee before this one, I had a large because I had a free.
That's acceptable.
That's acceptable time.
That's acceptable.
It's like a rare occurrence.
But when it's every day,
Well, when they know your order.
well, that's fine.
Large with the double-
We're supposed to know your order.
Yeah, but when they know it's going to be with the largest cup you got.
Yeah.
Double
It's
cream.
Like, oh man, God bless America.
You see her pull up. Oh, no.
Oh man, there are customers like that.
Get it
where it's
going.
Like that. See, I try not to dislike any customers because I do love the people.
Mm-hmm.
I do genuinely love like 98% of the people that come through shit.
And that's a lot.
I love them. Love them. Most of them. Now, do I always express that in the best way? Sometimes I show up to work. I'm like, man, I got work today. Boo. Boo hoo. And, you know, that's not the best attitude to have,
Mm-hmm.
clearly. But sometimes I go in, I'm like, man, I got a good, you know, I got a decent job.
Yeah.
It's not a, it's on, you know, it's not a good
It doesn't give
career
you a
job.
lot of cheddar.
No, and honestly, it's really like, it's not the most fulfilling job because it's like,
You're feeling people's addictions.
kind of. It's that, and it's also like, man, it's a very good school job and a summer job
Mm-hmm.
where you have other things to do besides it.
Mm-hmm.
But
You are in a season, though.
Yeah.
You know your season's going to end.
I know,
So I wouldn't
I
throw
know.
yourself in
I
whatever
know, and I'm not,
category
and
you're
I'm
thinking
not,
about.
and I'm not. But like, you can feel it sometimes where it's like, dang, dude, it's like I'm really doing
I'm
nothing.
still here.
It's like I'm doing nothing right now. It's wild. But like, no, dude, there's a few customers. I'm not gonna say any names,
Mm-mm.
but
Never.
let's call her Kathy. We probably have some Kathys, but let's call her
I
Kathy.
love making fake names for people.
Let's call her Kathy.
Okay.
That's not her name. She's probably younger than she looks. She looks like she's in her 50s. I think she's like mid 30s.
That
rough.
does a lot.
It's rough. It's not drugs. It's
She
not.
doesn't take care of herself.
No, she's just. Oof, she's rough. She's a rough gal. She is one of the most annoying people I've ever had the displeasure of knowing.
Wow.
Well, while I was away in Canada, it's hard to explain too. There's just some people where it's like,
Wait,
it's like, oh, geez.
I'm mistaken. Do you work with her or is she?
No,
customer?
she's a customer. While I was in Canada,
So you knew this girl, like you knew this customer, this regular,
yes.
pre-Canada and post-Canada. And she's still coming around. The same one.
Well, but most of our customers have been
The same.
regulars for years.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You go to your one.
yeah, they all, a lot of them know me.
You've been there for a while.
I've been there for a while, going on 4 years.
Wow.
Oh yeah, long time. But
So anyways.
while I was away in Canada, someone gave her my name. Like she was asking, it's like, who's that blonde boy? When's he getting back? But they told me while I was up there, you're like, yeah, there's a girl asking for you, trying to tell me like it was a pretty young lady. And
They
I was
were
like,
playing a trick on you.
I was like, oh heck yeah, dude, some fine honey, some fine little honey.
looking for a button.
Yeah, we're looking for a nice little bear to come on down and whatever, dude. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but no, dude. So like, I get back, and then I realize who it was. It's like, because she said my name,
He's like silly dog.
my heart sunk. I was like, who did it? Who gave her my name?
You probably felt betrayed,
I did.
violated.
Every day she comes through. It's bad. It's bad.
Still?
There's times where she makes comments about my body. It's weird. I don't have that good of a body. I have a gross body. She's like, you cute little. I'm like, ew. That happens fairly often. Sometimes I'm flattered because it's like, oh,
People compliment you?
yeah,
Your
dude.
body?
Yeah, dude. I don't got a good body.
I'm just curious, like, what do they compliment about your body?
My hiney, my immaculate booty, my big old booty.
You're dope.
My big old booty. Sometimes they just think they're like, oh, they're like, have you been working out? I'm like, no, clearly not. I've let myself go. It's like, but I get those a
As
lot.
low as I can be.
I get those a lot where it's like, have you been working out? Clearly, guys, look. Look at this. This is peak male performance
Yeah.
right there. Oh, yeah. I clearly don't work out. I'll do like push-ups occasionally when I remember. It's like, oh yeah, I should do something. I'll
People
do like
think I'm
push-ups and
fit because
sit-ups.
I'm skinny, but I cannot gain weight.
I can't lose. Well, I can lose
teeter-totter
weight.
on too skinny.
I can lose if I lock in, which
Yeah.
it's not hard when I lock in.
Some people get mad when I say that. Do you get mad when I say that? I
No,
have a
it's just
problem being too skinny.
honest. No, dude, because
It's just how my body is.
it's just how people's. But you know, if I get mad about how your body's working, what does that say about me?
Yeah.
That's a
Some
bad
people-
friend. That's a
well,
bad
when
friend.
I've
if
said
I'm
it
getting-
before, they're like, dude, stop acting like that's a problem because like I gain weight. I'm like, Yeah, but I go up a flight of stairs
Now-
and my knees get weak when
Oh.
I'm not working out.
Oh well, now
I've got little bird legs.
I will say, my knee's bad just because I broke my knee
Yeah.
too many times, one too many times. So that sucks. But the alternative of if you gain weight too easy, you start wheezing instead when you go up flight of stairs. Like you have a little fat attack. You have a fat attack, and you're like, you know, like I'll
Did you have that going up my stairs?
No.
Not too
No,
bad.
I don't really get fat attacks like that most of the time.
Oh.
I have before.
Extreme moments.
I have before where it's like if I'm going up too many, it's like no,
What's
it's
an
not
example?
bad. It's not bad.
Bottom of the
Now,
A-State Union to the
And the
top.
thing is, yeah, stuff
K.
like that. That's not too bad. A State Union's not bad, but like
K's Hall.
not. I don't. K's would be rough if you.
Whenever you've moved in stuff.
Yeah. Well, I only did that the one time. Because then the next year I broke my knee, and then I didn't want to do it the next 2 years. That's like okay. But let me think. No, I'm really not that fat.
Mm-hmm.
I've got it. I got a belly. But I'm wanting to lose like 20 pounds, I think. Because I'm at like a mean 205 right now.
Yeah,
Might be at 200
I respect that.
on the dot. I was at 199 a couple days ago. I was watching it. I was like, ooh, under 200. And then I ate real good. Can't remember where. We had salsas after Young Adults.
You ate real.
Yeah. Tuesday night. Ate real good. Oh, man, 201 again. So I think I'm 201 today. 201, 202, I don't know. Or somewhere around there. I had Popeyes last night. Probably should.
Popeye the
But,
Sailor Man.
Dude, I love spinach.
I've
love
just
spinach. I
I've
crush
just started
spinach.
having it lately. I just started liking it. Lately.
Are you picky eater?
I used to
pretty
be.
picky?
When I went to college, I broke it. Like I'm not afraid to try things.
Braden
now.
was picky.
Now, like if I don't like it though, I don't like it.
I got Braden to try a few things.
Kind of
Which-
broke him out of his shell.
Kind of. I got Nathan to try a few things. Grayson, I attempted. He says I got him to try paninis. That's like, dude, that's pizza but wrapped up.
I think
It's a
Grayson's a little
sandwich.
picky.
Grayson's incredibly picky.
I was trying to be nice.
Grayson, I love you, Grayson.
Yeah.
I love you, Grayson. If you're watching, incredibly picky, and that's okay.
Yeah, we're
That's
not.
okay.
saying
I'm
that
not
in a
hating.
negative
I have hated
connotation.
before on it. I'm not going to hate it right now.
This moment is not a moment of hate.
Not a moment of hate. That's a wild look. Look at that.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's the greasy guy.
Oh yeah. Did you do the Angry Bird sound? Was that the pig sound? No, that was the Angry Bird sound.
That's
crazy.
like something from Minecraft.
What's?
Ooh,
No, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
ooh, ooh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. I've heard it a lot. You can tell.
I was trying to do a block like whatever.
All right. Hey, we are back after a short break. We've got tacos. I love tacos.
It's Taco Thursday.
Hot, hot, boy, hot.
It is hot. It is hot. I'm almost done with mine. I'm going quick. Oh man,
You hungry guy?
dude, constantly.
What'd you have for
Constantly.
lunch today?
So
I had a peanut butter
at
and jelly.
church last night, one of my coworkers texted me. She was like, she got some like Korean food, but she texted me like I knew what she was talking about. So there's this new Korean place. She's like, oh, I tried like I think it's called Banchan's.
I think Heath went there today.
Yeah, Keith did.
In that
to the same
group
place.
chat.
Yes,
You're
yeah,
talking
he
about
sent it. And he was like, yeah, I tried. Like I knew what she was talking about. I was like, I didn't tell her that, but I was like, I don't know what's going on. And she said this Korean food name, and pretty good. We could pull it up on the screen potentially. Actually, I don't know how to spell it at all. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Yeah, but I'll show you a picture.
Mm-hmm.
I think I looked it up earlier, but
Send it to me later, and I'll put it on the screen while we're talking.
skirt,
In the edit.
skirt.
What is it? Tatoik
I have no idea how to say that.
Tatiokbaki?
It has two T's back to back. What? That doesn't make sense in the English language. I don't know if I've ever seen that like in the front. Maybe in the back.
I've seen it with like a Brett,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
Merit.
Mhm.
Does married have two? It can.
Yeah, but that's a food.
Huh.
It's not like a pronoun. That's not like a name. You know.
Yeah. You're right.
You don't really see that.
What is... This kind of begins that thing. We wanted to talk about things that blow our minds.
Yeah.
So what is some things... You can think about it a second, but what are some things that blows Aaron Kiggle's mind? Where it's like, oh my goodness, that doesn't make any sense.
No. I want hot.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say like the gays, but I can't say that. That's not nice. I love the gays. Shout out gay people. Love them. Love them. Love them.
That just doesn't make sense.
I mean,
Well, it does.
no, I was just joking around. I just thought it'd be funny to be like, what doesn't make sense to you? And you're like, the gays is crazy. You know, it's a funny thing to think. Or just pick a group of people. I mean, that's
Irish people. How can they drink so much?
I'm mostly when I'm British Eilish. I'm mostly British Eilish. That's like Billie
Billie
Eilish,
Eilish.
but
Billie Eyelash.
she got some eyelashes.
Someone on our golf team called her Billie Eyelash.
But yummy. Good pick. Good pick. Solid pick.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't think. I'm mostly Irish. Mostly Irish. Which is
I think I am too.
Yeah.
I think.
But honestly, I've been in America. My family's been in America so long.
You're American.
Dude, I'm straight up. I'm straight up, dude.
I get emotional.
We're the OG. We're the OG colonizers, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like Pilgrim. Maybe not straight Pilgrim, but we were here pretty early. Like, we've been here since like the 1700s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been here a while.
Yeah.
Never have much money in any of the family.
Ever? Nothing
No.
passed down.
No, it's crazy. It's legit crazy. Like my family. You gotta make some money at some point.
Yeah.
You know, it's like some of you have to do good. This is really. These tacos are relaxing me. I don't know. It's wild. Very peaceful.
We're just having conversations, man. That's all this podcast is, conversations.
Yeah. Very peaceful.
What if you have just helped me start like the whole new era of the XP Zone? Like, just being honest. Gaming's fun. And when I have gaming episodes with gaming personalities, the XP Zone.
Mhm.
But what if you just help me expand my reach? Let's be honest. You can be honest with me. Could you have come on this podcast, talked about video games for probably an hour, 15 hour, and 30 minutes to where it like kind of would have made sense and flowed together?
Honestly, I probably could have.
You know?
On account of I do game.
Yeah.
I do in fact game. I do, but not as often as I did like a couple years ago or so.
But
So,
would
like,
you have
would it
enjoyed it
been-
as much as you what you're
No,
enjoying
no,
now?
I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much on account of like because then I'll be like trying to think about the games I play. I play dorky games when I do play games. I play like Civ and
Did you ever have on the DS that brain game?
No.
You know what I'm talking about though?
I do know Brain Age testing.
Yeah,
or
Brain
something,
Age.
Yeah.
I used to think I was so smart when I would do that. Like I
No,
would
never
play
had
it every day to test my knowledge.
But I play like that. Xenoblade Chronicles, dorky game.
Wow.
Dorky game.
Yeah.
Dorky game. RPGs. I like Final Fantasy and stuff like that. That's stuff I played a lot. Fire Emblem. Dorky games. And is that really is that fully what I enjoy? No, man. I don't game as much as I used to. Yeah. I grew up. I was a Nintendo kid. I grew up mostly Nintendo stuff. So like the PS2 that I had,
Yeah.
wasn't mine. It was my stepbrother's. That looked like he just had. It was like hand me down, an Xbox. All the stuff that I had, Nintendo, and That's some dorky stuff. I played the most competitive game I've ever played, online.
Yeah.
Splatoon. Splatoon's crazy, dog.
That's a statement right there.
It's the most consistently like competitive game that I've ever played online. It was Splatoon.
That was a cool game.
Splatoon. It was cool. What's that? Come on.
I was trying to give you something, man.
Come on, you can give me whatever, but Splatoon. But it's all fine and dandy.
Mm-hmm.
But so now I don't know if I got anything that just blows my mind. God's grace, but that's we don't gotta to get into. I don't want to be preachy.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
praise God, praise God,
praise God, man. Wouldn't be here without him.
Yeah.
Literally,
in
literally, so many different ways.
So many different ways. But it's all part of it.
Wouldn't
But
be created.
yeah, I know, all part of it. But
Here, then I'll say one to kind of get the.
Spill that water.
It's not bad. Spill it bad?
It's like a drop.
That's not bad. I'll say one to kind of get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
The ocean.
No, I get that.
The ocean blows my mind.
It's kind of scary, like how
Oh, I'm terrified.
How
of the
far-
ocean. Thasalopia?
the thing. Yeah,
I have it.
I get it.
I'm not scared of
I
lakes.
like the idea of the ocean, but you go far enough,
Mm-hmm.
it's like when you don't see any land. I've never been that far. It's like that's got to be crazy.
I don't know if I actually.
I've only really been to the ocean like once that I can remember, and that was like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about it. I mess with the ocean, which is crazy because I'm like the flip flop Hawaiian shirt guy. That's what
Yeah.
people think of when they think of me. It's not me.
No.
That's not full. I'm more than Hawaiian shirts and
Mm-hmm.
flip flops. But at least I like to think so. Maybe I'm not. I might not be.
We'll find out.
Outside
Time will tell.
outside looking in, inside looking out. I don't know. Whatever. But I am notorious in Hawaiian shirts. Never been to the ocean before, and I've just been cranking Hawaiian shirts.
You've never stepped foot in the ocean.
I have, but before
Oh,
I haven't, I was always wearing Hawaiian shirts.
When was the first time you ever stepped on the ocean?
Like 2 years ago. First time, technically, I was 3, but I don't remember a thing. It's 2 or 3. We used to live in Alabama.
Respect. I did too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we talked about
Different part, but I can't remember. I always forget. We're like in Saraland. We were in Saraland,
it.
Alabama.
Name's familiar. I don't know where it's at.
The Mama and Papa Glenn might know. I don't know.
They will.
Yeah.
What's
But,
one thing that you have not done that you want to do?
What I want to do?
Think of like a bucket list type item.
Besides get married, have a family, so like cool stuff,
That's a good
whatever.
one.
But that's not something you put on like a bucket list. That's not something like
Getting married, have a family.
I'd love
That's
to.
an expectation.
That's more something that's like, okay, you do.
It's gonna happen.
Now, obviously going to happen with this guy. Obviously, because I'm a stud.
He's available.
Not really, but
Kind of not really, but he's available.
yeah, true. Got to wait a couple years. That makes it sound like I'm like 16. It makes it sound, it makes it sound.
You can submit your application in the comments below,
Yeah, hey.
or
Hey.
long distance girlfriend.
Whoa. But no. So, let me think. I'd love to just like. I would love to go out on like the steppe or in like the tundra of like in Russia, stuff like that. Go
Wow.
to Siberia. I'd love to go to Siberia, dude,
Wow.
and just hang it, like nomad it up a bit,
Mm-hmm.
go a little wild, go out where nobody like when everybody goes to countries though, there's always the main spots that people go to. I don't want to do that. I want to go to like the outskirts.
You want to be there and think there's a chance that less than 100 people in the history of humanity have seen what I'm looking at. Right now.
Yeah, of course.
That's a magical.
I don't want to.
That
I don't
has
really
to be-
want to go to like the North Pole or something or the South. I don't want to go to the Arctic because cold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fair weather fella.
Russia's literally like that though.
I know, dude, but that's cooler though because you're like, you're not there.
The
but you're there.
motherland.
The coldest city on the planet is in Russia.
Mother Russia.
I can't think of the name of it. It's like something Usk because they got weird names.
This is a theory I have. you know how large Russia is
Yeah.
as a country. Do you think, now I also know they're a little paranoid with their security. So they probably have tons of surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like secret, maybe even secret surveillance. Do you think there
Like
are
KGB.
tons of areas in Russia that there's like completely no surveillance to where, like, say you're
Oh yeah, totally.
say you're a
'cause-
Russian who's trying to escape the tyranny of like some of their ways.
Yeah.
And they
Well, you
escape
go
there?
you go to like east if you're like in like Siberia,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's like villages out in the cold, like just in the tundra.
But not affected by government life at all.
Not really.
Just doing their
Like
own
if you
thing.
think about even like small towns in Arkansas, like you go small enough where it's like a couple hundred people, you wouldn't really call that a town.
Yeah.
What do you call that? You don't call that a village. We don't call places like that villages, but that's kind of what they are. You know, where there's
What
not
makes
like
it,
anything
what
going
what
on.
makes a village take the jump to a town, in your opinion?
I think I would say population and maybe like political office. I don't know. Maybe you get some like police in,
A mayor.
a mayor.
Post
But
office.
villages kind of have leaders and stuff like
What if
that.
what if a place doesn't have a post office? You can't get mail.
You can't get mail. No communication to the outside. It's kind of wild. I'd love I would love to I'd love to learn to do a lot of things that would make because I want to be like more self-sufficient,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is something that like every guy right now is thinking of like, oh yeah, I want to like
Yeah.
you know go off live off the land. I would do so bad. I'd like to do that type of stuff.
But you would probably die.
I'd probably die, dude. I'm such a wimp.
I think I would too. Like, I think I would do so good
think I
until I
would.
probably wouldn't.
I don't got that doll will give me like that.
What if you do though? And you've just never been pushed to actually
Maybe.
have to bring it out.
My dad does like
Survival instincts.
see I've got my family could. I feel like my dad could, my brother could. I think somewhere along the way it's just like I'm
But
like,
what if in the moment when your body needed you to do things to survive, like you needed to figure this out or you would die? What if you figured it out?
I'm so dumb, dude. No shot. No shot. There's this
Human
one time.
nature
There was
takes
this one time. It's my first wedding I was in. It was the wedding that I had to go to, that I was in that kept me away from you and Sydney's. And I was getting fitted for a suit, and I go outside, and my car doesn't have the, so I have to manually unlock. I'm going to my car. It's not going. It's not going. Then I hear this guy who fitted me for my suit. He's like, step away, like cussing me out. He's like, you know, I was like, inside he looked like a dork, big dork. I literally had the thought of like, something happens, I'd be fine if this guy flipped out. I was literally like, whoa, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. It was
Was
like
it his car?
yeah, we had this exact same car. Mine was like 2 spaces away. It was like, and
He couldn't just react normally though. Like if I saw somebody genuinely make a mistake with that, I'm not gonna flip out.
oh, he flipped out. He flipped out,
Oh my god.
which is okay. That was like I was like
It's a little
19.
extra.
I was 19 or so, 19 or 20, and I
a
was
little
like,
extra.
I was like, oh, and
I'm sorry.
yeah, pretty much I wimped out. Fight or flight. I went full on flight. It was wild.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I was like, whoa, dude, wrong car, my bad, same color. I was like, my bad, but he was like taking his jacket off, ready to go. I was like, dang, dude, it's like
That's
peace and
over
love.
the top. I don't care how you reason with
Peace
it.
and love.
That's over the top.
I know. Well, it's okay. Dude, life goes on.
I've seen people almost fight like that because someone took their spot at church.
I've never been in a fight.
Never.
Never been in a real fight. Me and my brother would fight
I haven't
every now
either,
and then.
honestly.
I've never been in a fight. I've never been the guy.
I feel like
that
I've been
people-
ready.
I've never.
I've had a
been
couple of times I've been like ready.
ready to go.
Like I literally thought there's maybe like 3 or 4 moments.
That's just not
where
how
I'm
I
like
operate.
in the next 30 seconds it could happen. I was at a school event.
Yeah.
Can't say a name. If Ethan Merritt was here, I would say a name. But this was one of my former good friends.
Mhm.
But we just kind of, our whole friend group had a falling out with this guy.
Mhm.
And right after we got out of college, we kind of just cut ties with him.
Mhm.
But mine and him started earlier.
Mhm.
And dude, we were like doing this like simple friendly competition. And it was a tug of war. It was like a part of a school event.
Yeah, right.
Or we wouldn't just tug of war on our own. Maybe.
Yeah, that. I've never known someone to do that.
But it was a school event, and we almost had our rope cross the line. And I'm just yelling a bunch of. This is why I guess I became a coach. I'm like yelling a bunch of motivational things. I'm just saying motivational lines, and phrases in my head that were just there in the moment, like we can achieve it, we believe.
Yeah, that goes hard.
And we start to pull.
You
it
always
back.
got to rhyme.
And then we're pulling it back, and then we win. And I literally
Nice.
just reacted, almost like a masculine male would do after winning a tug of war.
Did you go? Oh,
I literally did that. And he swung on me.
was he on the other team?
Mm-hmm. And he literally swung on me and missed. But I acknowledged it in the moment. And I pushed him against a tree. And I feel like I was about to, for the first time in my life, like go full rage, lose my train of thought. And I was thinking in my head, like, I'm about to just carve. This man's about to be a part
And
of
were you guys still bros right then, or no?
No, we were like towards the end.
Dang.
That's probably one of the things, in my opinion,
Rats.
in my mind, that's one of the things I like to cut it off.
Rats.
And like weeks later, he tries to apologize kind of awkwardly without admitting that he actually did something wrong. He just got butthurt in the moment. Now I celebrated, but in my heart, Lord knows, I did not intention it towards him.
Right.
I don't even think I was looking at him. But anyways, I just know it was pimped up because I'll say this, I was ready to cut ties with him before the rest of our friends were.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like that awkwardness where I was like, I don't like him, but I have to tolerate him because he's still around.
Yeah, right. I get it.
It was like pimped up aggression. And I literally was about to just unleash all of my aggression on him as he leaned up against that tree after I just pushed him against that tree. And somebody, I thought he noticed, he actually didn't. He grabs my hand and goes, winner! And then the crowd kind of just took us away.
Nice.
I was probably about to be my first fight ever. And I was about to win because I could feel it in my soul.
Dude,
I could feel it.
heck yeah. Was he taller?
No.
Short guy?
Not too much shorter than
Not
me.
too much shorter. Okay.
But
But he had the reach.
totally
on
thought he had it. He had what it taked to beat me. And I've never been in a fight, but I feel like I have that sense of rage and
I think
self-defense.
everyone has what it takes to beat me in a fight. I'm pretty. See, I've always been more verbal, and how aggressive I am, which is once again a very gay thing. Very gay thing to be like passive aggressive.
Yeah.
That's incredibly homosexual. Now, I'm not gonna dog on the like gay people. I'm not gonna be mean or nothing. But as a straight man, when you do something that you notice is a gay like thing, it's like, oh dude, what? It's like, man, that's not me. But it is me. I'm constantly passive aggressive. I'm not passive aggressive. Like I'd call instead my brother's a very drywall puncher. It's like, oh, he's classic. He's classic in his.
Not a lot of self-control.
Yeah,
gotta have a line.
You do have to kind of have to toe the line. I'm the other side of the spectrum where it's like, I will only talk smack. I have nothing to back it up. I don't really talk that much smack these days either, but I will be like, incredibly gay. It's an incredibly gay maneuver. Okay.
Shout out, Alan.
Shout out, Alan.
Alan, you're amazing.
Alan Earnhardt.
Future father.
Has their baby popped yet?
I don't think so.
No. That's a horrible
Did
way
you
to
hear
put
about all the drama where they thought it was going to... Sorry, cut again. Hear all the drama they thought it was going to be a girl?
It's a boy?
It's a guy?
it's a
Or was
boy?
it the other way around?
I think it was going to be a girl.
And now it's a guy.
It is?
I don't know. It's one or the other.
Legit, that's how I was when I was.
They thought it was going to be
They
one,
thought I was going to
and
be a
then they
lady.
found out the info was wrong.
They thought I was going to be a little lady.
They buy you lady clothes? Or did they find out sooner than...
I don't know. I think they found out when I came out. I was like, I was like, damn.
I'm only saying that because people make rooms and buy clothes.
I know. It's like, poor little me, dude.
That's where his sassiness started.
I was hiding something.
That's where his sassiness started.
I was hiding something. I was like, you guys can't see. You guys can't see.
The head comes out first. Oh, nice. The shoulders. The rest of... Hey!
Hey, what are you doing? It's funny. I'd come out and I'm a full grown Italian man. I have a wife beater on. I'm just like, yeah, madame. Spaghetti and meatball.
I would never want to live in Italy.
No,
Too much mafia.
too much mafia.
I think it's so
You sketched out by the mafia.
I feel like they just get offended easily.
Do you think the Italian on the peninsula, it's that bad? In southern, so it's different parts in Italy. So southern Italy's more sketchy than northern Italy. But then northern Italy isn't as picturesque. You know. So if you're in Florence or Rome, It's pretty chill. Probably. You go to like south and you're like in Sicily. Probably not so chill.
I just feel like, and I really hope this doesn't come back to bite me. I feel like the mafia just like they get offended quickly. You know what I mean? People in the mafia.
I don't know. I feel like they don't. They have enough movies made about all that stuff and shows where it's like, dude.
But what if they secretly hate that?
Oh, dude.
Like,
They
what if Robert De Niro
in
has
The
people around him
Sopranos
all the time as a security guard?
Oh, maybe you've had people like been sent letters before, and like I know that, like I've seen, or maybe I don't know that, but I've like heard stories like in interviews for like actors and directors where they've been.
Yeah, I've
sent
seen
stuff.
like short videos where it's like stuff with the mob.
Or like Martin Scorsese got like someone sent him a letter and like, hey, that's not how this would happen. This would happen this way.
You ever seen that video where it's like the guy's like, we're at a table,
Hmm.
we're talking business. I'm pouring people wine.
Mhm.
I pour this way.
Yeah, I have seen this.
But if I pour this way, that means no one say a word. There's somebody at this table we don't trust. And I tried to do that one time, interesting, at a church event.
Hmm.
Nobody knew the context. I was just going to try to be funny, see if anybody picked up on it. And I spilled the drink everywhere. It was Dr.
Dang.
Pepper. It was like 2 liter Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper?
I was like,
Yeah, dude.
when I did that, I let it go.
How do you pour this way?
I don't know.
I don't think you can.
I tried.
I've
And when I did that, it just slipped right out of my hands, went everywhere.
never done that.
Jonathan was mad.
That's funny. Bruce Freeman.
He was like, I like,
Dang. Was this when you were an intern?
I think so, yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Interesting times.
No.
Well, if we're nearing the end, I think we're safely saying, I think we're nearing the end. We got out all of the flows. So what I want you to think for the audience at home, and if you end up spewing out more than one, that's fine. But what is one like singular piece of advice that you would say is so crucial for somebody who is trying to go live their life?
Well, one, if I get serious, I have to say, one, you have to make sure that you are on the right side of eternity.
That's true.
You know, so
Salvation.
you know, in terms of
Belief
you
in Christ.
have so many different people will call it options. There's really only one option, and that is Jesus. That is
Yes.
that is the triune God that we have as Christians. So that's like, if we're going serious, that's absolutely, you have to make sure that because that's not just trying to live your life. That's trying to live your life in a true, meaningful way. You know, like where it has purpose beyond what we see on this earth. You know, and that's what I've come to believe. That's what I come to know, and what I've found I won't even say I found for myself, but that the Lord has gracefully just brought me to it.
Yeah.
You know, but now in more maybe man, you got besides that, and you know, part of that, you got to take a little bit of risk. You know, you can't even if you have faith you have to risk a little bit, you know, because it can be a hard thing to believe. Oh man, raised from the dead, I don't know about that. Son of God, it's even God sometimes that can be a very hard thing to believe for a lot of people. It takes risk to get there, you know. It takes faith is a very risky thing, but when you have it, you can realize, okay, this is in risk, we can be secure, you know. Nothing's in there's nothing on the planet, there's nothing in reality that's like set purely in stone and in safety and security that we can comprehend, at least within our understanding. So when we lean back and put that to God, it's very it's a very weird thing where it turns that risk into safety. But it's also just like in our lives, you know, like if you live a comfortable life your whole life without stepping outside of any boundaries, you know, that's not really a life that I'd want to live. And you know, everyone goes to their comforts. That's something that I think everyone like fights with, is to be comfortable. I know that I struggle like just in living in complete comfortability. I'm a very lazy person. I go home, hang out, and that's about it. I don't do much. But in terms of life choices, in terms of like oh man, asking a girl out on a date, doing this, doing that, you gotta take some risk. All these things, job moves, risk.
Yeah.
Everything takes something. Like anything worth gain is anything that's worth it. That's worth whatever. It's gonna take something from you, and sometimes that's risk. It's very simple. It's very like risk is simply the cost of losing something. So if that be money, if that be time, effort, maybe even sometimes our mental like well-being, like they're just things we can use to keep on going.
I
You
hear
know?
you, man.
Other than that, I don't really know. Just don't do drugs.
True.
Praise God, I've done them. Didn't need them. Praise God.
True. Praise God.
Praise God. Praise God. They're not a need. They're a ugh. That's what they are. They're an ugh.
Yeah.
Ew. Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even into like man, we'll get so like situated. We'll get so sit in like our routines, when it's time to like go, you got to get off. You got to
go.
You got to get up and move. But I don't know. That's it from old Benjamin Aaron Cagle on that.
I think I've got a tie.
Yeah.
For two things.
Yeah.
One, and again, you can honestly put a faith kick on both of these two things.
Yeah.
But one, the second most freedom a person can feel, other than through Christ, which is salvation, is when they truly live a life not letting what other people think control them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think.
Yeah.
I think that is because I see it. So it's so bad in the schools.
Yeah.
Like all these kids, girls and boys, like they are just so fixed on what other people think of them. And I even see it in teachers, like other teachers. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, it's so freeing when you just don't.
When you don't give a hoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly,
I like what I like.
It became kind of a thing. So when I first, so I went through a big prodigal period in high school when I first started stepping back and following Christ, like fervently. Part of me realized, because a lot of me just didn't like how I was. I didn't like my personality. I didn't like but also a part of me was worried I'd have to give that up to God. These things that I was like, oh man, I'll be nothing. I'll have to give up when we talk about giving up our lives to God. It doesn't mean we become a shell of ourselves, but we become so much more with Christ. I used to think I'd have to be completely like void of any sort of personality or something if I was going to give myself up to God. It's not at all true. God uses the things he creates to further his gospel and his kingdom. Now, does that mean you're going to have to give up things? Yeah, of course. That's part of the risk thing that I was talking about. But it also comes into like, man, the things that we're like we are purposefully created. And I think that doesn't just mean our bodies, because that's a lot of like, oh man, I'm too heavy, I'm too skinny. We talked about that a little bit ago. But it's like, chill, sure, whatever, we can all lose a couple pounds, gain a couple, whatever.
Yeah.
That's not just you, that's not who you are. You're not just this. There's stuff in here that was purposely made and created, and it's not just for yourself. When you realize that, like, who we are. Like it shouldn't be impacted by other people, but it should impact other
others.
people.
That's well
Yeah.
said.
You know, like
That's a good one.
yeah, I got you, dog. But like we should look at ourselves as you know, important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not to the point of like narcissism.
Yeah.
That's something we
But,
all
like,
can get to.
Unique.
Yeah,
Every single person has a unique thing that they bring to the table that no one else can bring the way they did.
right. What really helps when to stop looking at how other people look at you is to stop looking at how you look at you. Like you got to get out of your own head. That's something that everyone on the planet we always like. I still struggle with like
You'll say
thinking
something
about
like,
me,
"That
me,
was
me,
so
me.
stupid."
Yeah,
Why
dude.
say that?
Like we're always like me, 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 me.
Yeah, yeah.
We can really, and it's natural because we can only think our thoughts.
Mhm.
I can't think Ethan's thoughts. I can't think Sydney's thoughts in there. I can only think Aaron's thoughts.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is, it just keeps you in here. Like you can't. But when we try to think about other people, we stop thinking so much about ourselves and how other people think about us. Ironically, when we think about others, we don't think about how they think of us. It's very weird thing. I don't know.
That's a nail on the head.
Yeah.
Did I say I had a second one?
You did.
What was it?
Yeah, my bad. I went on a ramble.
No, I know. That's a good one.
Sure.
It was.
Skirt.
Let's see. I said, I don't care what other people think. And I was supposed to forget it.
You're supposed to. Hey, praise God.
Lord didn't want me to say it.
Praise God.
He wanted you to say what you said.
Now, did you want me to go into the one above that? Do we want to go into that at all? We don't have to go into that.
I looked at the time,
We don't have to go into
and I
that.
do want you to get home at a good time.
What?
I do want you to get home at a good time.
Well, I don't know what time it is.
8
It's
o'clock.
8? Whoa. I got work in the morning.
Yeah, we might wait.
Oh, man. That's okay.
We can have you on a second time.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You could be the next after hours. Or the
Skirt.
first after hours.
Skirt.
This has actually been like awesome.
I've had a great time.
Because I love the gaming idea of it. But there's been so many guests. I'm not saying you were one, but there are others where it's like they're just not gamers. But they would be awesome podcast guests.
I am a gamer, but I'm not. The thing is, it's not my. I've stepped away from gaming slightly.
Yeah, this style suited you better.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you after who I have some ideas. Like if you really were to like think about expanding it out beyond gaming, I have so many amazing guests.
Yeah.
That would be like rock star guests. Probably some of the coolest episodes.
Yeah.
But I've waited because I'm like, that's a gaming podcast. But I have a branch called After Hours.
After hours.
Your creation.
Yeah.
It will literally be the belle of the ball.
Bell of the ball. Bell of the ball.
I think of when it more so than of that term rather than actually like, you see it catching itself?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
How long has it been doing that?
I think I just started doing that. I don't know.
Is it back? I think we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Skirt, skirt. I'll probably just cut that part out.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, Aaron. This is a part where I ask every single person to do. You see it right there on the bottom. It says final remarks.
Final remarks.
So to give you an example of what it can be,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of people like Ty Designs, Katie's Photography, Lane that started the Razorback Pulse, Ethan Meredith. Those people had a chance to like promote their thing for free. But if you don't have anything you want to promote, you have the opportunity to have one final remark that you want the people watching to hear. It can be encouraging. It can be funny. It can be anything you want it to be. But this will be the last thing they probably hear from you. What would you like to say to the people who have been watching on this roller coaster of an episode?
Now, I don't have anything to advertise.
That's okay.
But I can. The only thing I can think of is if you don't have faith and you're drawn to something, look into the church, look into Christianity.
Yeah.
If you do have faith, which we're in the South. I don't know if all the listeners are from the South. Very common for people to have some sort of faith experience, at least across America.
You have some some belief.
If you
of
were
something.
now one thing that really grinds my gears as a believer, as a Christian, and I don't want to come off as judgmental or something. If you're a Christian, care about your faith. Care about it. Just learn to love what you're doing. Learn to love the church. Not even just because a lot of times we put it as oh man, just me and Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where it starts. That's where it starts. It starts at Christ. And then Christ encompasses everything else. But he'll move you to places where it's beyond yourself. That's the thing when we get to me and Jesus, we end up doing that thing we talked about earlier where it's just focusing on ourselves, you know? But when we try to like love the things that God is doing outside of us, so like in other people, that's where we see real growth. When we look to others in service and love, and we treat them with a holy respect, you know, it's a very like, oh, dude, yo. Now it's starting to like I'm starting to get it. Like, and you fall in love with God when you fall in love with God's people.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing. You know, I don't think I'd be the man I am today without brothers like Ethan and Alan and my boy Braden.
Shout out, Brandon.
Shout out Braden. The shout outs are so funny. Yo, shout.
Who we
shout
not
out Lane?
shouted
Shout out Lane. Shout out Lane. I don't know if we shouted out Lane. He might have got.
I'm trying to think of those random. Shout out to Jacob Simmons.
Shout out, Pastor Brother Jacob Simmons.
Simeons.
Simons? No. That'd be funny. But no. But honestly, it's just very simple and looking deeper, understanding why we believe what we believe. You know, like the thing is, Jesus talks about it. Paul talks about it. Count the costs. You know, so often we don't count the costs. Like I know so many people, and we have there's a girl that's gone to Central for ages, and she's been like saved like 5 different times within a year. It's like, okay, it only happens the once. It only, you know, you can get like saved from things in your life, sure, but there's this one big moment where you come to faith and you were transformed from death to life. You know, but like when you're like, okay, I didn't get it last time. That's where you're putting it so much on yourself and not trusting in Christ.
Yeah.
You know,
I like that.
so that's the big thing. Look into your own faith. Look into why you have
questions.
Ask questions. You know,
If you're curious, find somebody who knows what you're curious about.
find someone
Ask
who
them.
knows. Understand that, you know, we're small. We're small. God is so much bigger, and it's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of people. Sometimes less time for others. Sometimes more for others. For me, it felt like a long time.
Yeah.
But to like, it takes time to understand, but through God's grace and through God's believers, you know, we can all get there.
Well, Aaron, thank you so much for being on this podcast. This has been one of my favorite episodes to make. And one time before it's over, make sure if you enjoyed this episode to leave a like and subscribe. If you think you know somebody that is not watching, that should be watching, send it to them. Share it with a friend. We have a lot of crazy stories, but we have a lot of good things in these podcasts. And so I'm very, very blessed to be able to do it. Thank you all for the support. Make sure to tune in for the next episode. If you enjoy this one, go check out some of the recent ones. Thank you all. Hope you have a good week, good life, and peace out.
Good night.
Good night.